Ooh, bright light. Hey, Nate Jackson, how are you doing? And we had Joe Rader in here first thing, as soon as I started it at 6. And I always like to start it a little bit early, give some people a warning, go get some food into you, come back, hang out for an hour, maybe two, usually an hour though. So how's everybody doing so far tonight? Got Sean, Pennywise, and Miser popping in, and John, Schuylkill River Valley, Lynn McCurdy. How are you doing? So we got a few people popping in. Almar, nice to see you yet again. I think I was just chatting with you. I know Toyman has a live stream going right now. He's about to show off his layout and stuff like that. I was over there hanging out for a little bit, him and Fishy, and they're still live. But hey, it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going live too. But topic for tonight, guys, is something I never thought YouTube would ever be, and that's a place to make friends. Now, we've all talked about that before, and I think the Showstopper really helped a lot with this because we got to know each other so well through YouTube, this community, live streams, so on and so forth. And a lot of us are going to say it is we hang out here during the live streams and stuff like that. And once we finally do get to meet somebody, it's like we've already known them for years. So they're not new friends. Are they old friends? Al's saying he's still on here. And yeah, so am I. No, I'm just been kind of thinking about it, like doing the YouTube meet and greets and such gives an opportunity and a place for people to actually meet up, take some holidays, take another trip. Again, take notice of my shirt that I'm wearing because it might be next year's YouTube meet and greet, already in the works. But this year, going to Reading, Pennsylvania. May 17th, I'm going to Jim Thorpe. Unofficial kind of start of the whole YouTube meet and greet thing. I always do an unofficial meet, kind of the first day, just for people to get there. That's the day you're going to get your hotel room and stuff anyway. So if you're there early enough, head over to Jim Thorpe and take the scenic train. And that should be cool. Staying in Reading. And then, of course, May 18th, we've got the big trip planned. Hopefully everybody's got their tickets. If not, go back and watch some of my previous videos, live streams. Talks about the tickets that you got to get for that, where to get the tickets, and how many are even left. And I haven't checked it for a couple weeks. So hopefully, if you're coming, everybody's got their tickets. And then, of course, we're going to hit a museum on Sunday. And the other thing about my meet and greets is, like, these are my holidays. This is what I do for my holiday. And I let everybody know. And if you guys got something you want to do, like if there's a layout or a club layout or something in the area that you want us to all go and attend and see, then by all means, kind of throw it up in some of the live stream chats or video or something, or even let me by an email. And I'd love to go hang out at a couple of layouts and clubs and stuff like that. So if I'm going to have time. Saturday is pretty much a full day by the time we get back to the hotel, get something to eat and stuff like that. And then we'll probably take over the bar type thing. And yeah, if you don't drink, just drink Coke and stuff like that. But you know how it goes. But I want to hear from people tonight about friends that they've made here on YouTube. Looks like everyone watching has a wrench. Yep. After you've been here a couple of weeks, five, everybody pretty much gets a wrench. And the reason why I do that is it just makes it really easy. If you got a wrench, you just click on somebody's name and it says go to channel. So you can go check out their channel real quick, and it helps the community get bigger faster. So yeah, hang out in the live stream for a bit. And if I notice you a couple weeks in a row, then I'll give you a blue wrench. And then you're just part of the community, just like everybody else here is. So haven't really been reading the Sparky. It's the button marked PhD. Oh man, don't tell me you can't hear me. Oh man, 12 and 6. Is that 12 people watching, 6 thumbs up? I don't understand YouTube for me. Right now it says I got 10 people watching. I got no thumbs up. It will not update that thumbs up thing whatsoever. Don't get it. Nope, not a chance. Then you look over at StreamYards, and it says, what's it say? 10 people watching. It doesn't tell you thumbs up either. That's not a big deal for me because I don't do all the talking. I usually bring somebody else up that can do a bit of chatting. And tonight, kind of a rarity. I don't think this person's ever done a live stream. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? From South Texas. That's cool. And so that's Emily. Pops is still doing his live stream, so every once in a while she's throwing me a couple text messages. So it's a train horn. You guys should like that. So 4 on my screen. Oh man, that's it. That's all I got. 4 thumbs up. That's all right. One thing I never get anymore is the super chats. So I packed all the wigs away. That's all right. I did find my button for Rick Daly, but he never seems to show up anymore either. But I don't even know if this thing works. It says on. I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it don't. Just clicked it. It says 6. Hey, John, how are you doing? And Floyd, nice to see you in the chat and over here during the double headers walkabout. So yeah, like I said, I got one person in my basement. I don't think he's ever done a live stream, but I know he's had people over at his house. I know he's met people at train shows. He's a common name we see all the time in the chat. Does videos, likes cabooses. Huh. You guys, can you figure out who it is by what I've said so far? Anybody have a guess on who's in my basement? Like I said, I don't think he's ever done a live stream, but does quite a few videos. Grandpa Rails, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you popping in. Oh, and I got a mug. These mugs are awesome, guys. So RDC over there, the Reading Station Tower. So yeah, go to Teesprings, check those out, guys. Really cool. And doesn't have to hold coffee, trust me. James Dundas Model Railroad, how are you doing? And toe got a blister on it. Well, stop kicking things. I know you said you broke 2 toes. Maybe a rib. That's crazy. That was in another live stream though, so I won't bring that up. Wonder who's in my basement. Nobody's gonna guess, huh? Nobody at all. All right, I'll just bring him up. Hey Joe, how's it going?
It's going fine, Mr. Sparky.
Oh, you're yelling at me. Don't yell at me.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good. I like your voice being loud. Then everybody else can hear you too. I just got to turn it down.
So somebody else decided he wanted a cameo appearance too.
He's looking for his taco.
Yeah, looking for a taco.
No doubt.
And I was on a live stream of yours many years ago.
No, not a live stream of mine. Have you ever done a live stream yourself?
Not to where you could see me. But I have done a couple of them, just showing the locomotives and the trains running, and a wander around the layout, but not actually just to sit down and talk to people type live stream.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, nobody.
You're still on mine.
See this ugly face.
Sure, we do. So the reason why I wanted to bring you up is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like YouTube when I started posted a video for myself so I wouldn't forget how to make a tree, and got some comments on it, and everybody knows this story already. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, other people can see my videos. Oh man, now I actually have to start posting stuff that people will like. And it grew from that. And I just threw it out there one year going to Steamtown. And I thought, you know what? There's other people out there. I'm going to Steamtown, guys. Does anybody want to join me? And I posted it 2 weeks before I left. And I still had 7 people show up to my very first official YouTube meet and greet at Steamtown. That was pretty cool. And from that point on, I made 7 new friends. And I thought, if I did this earlier, who else would go? Obviously, 7 people showed up with 2 weeks' notice. And it's kind of catching on. Not only am I doing these, Rainbow Bell does something at his house when there's a show on. You like people coming over to your place. But did you ever think YouTube would take off like this, Joe?
No.
Like, you're meeting people in person.
That's what's the nice thing about it. I think I did my first video back in 2019 or 2018, something like that. I had been watching tons of your videos and tons of Cousin Vinny's. And it was just one of those things where I would comment, and talk back and forth, on it and everything else. And I don't remember whether it was you or Vinny asked me if I actually had a layout. And I said, yeah, but I don't have a camera. And at that time, I looked at the camera that I have, and it's a Nikon Coolpix. It's an old one. I've had it for like 10 or 12 years. And I looked on the back of it at one time, and there was a little picture of a camera on there and a button that said record. And I says, what the hell does this mean? So I got out the book, and the book says, yes, you can make videos with this. And I thought, uh-oh. So I experimented around for a little bit on my own and found out that, yeah, I can make videos. So that was the start of my madness anyway.
So what about getting people over to your place? How did you do that?
It was one of those things where I met them at the train shows. And everybody said, can we come over and see the layout? Yeah, why not? I'm happy to show it off. It's not much. I enjoy it. And so far, the people that have come over here have liked it. And it's been, it took roughly 3 years to get Ray Bobell over here. And Ray is only 10 minutes away from me.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny when you guys actually did that and posted that he was never at your place. It's like, really? Like, I had to pass your place to get to Ray's place.
Well, Ray didn't know where my place was until I did the video of my scratch-built house. Because I had the original blueprints from this builder, from this house, and I went ahead and I scratch-built it and set it on the layout. And Ray was watching the videos, and he saw the house that I was building. He says, I pass that house every damn day. And that was when he finally decided he was going to pop in, especially once he realized, he's only 5 minutes away. He passed my house every day on his way to the bowling alley, I think is where he was headed for.
Yeah, more than likely. He likes to bowl. So
yep. And so he finally showed up over there. You were one of my first guests from the first train show that you showed up to with Bernard from up there at Mini Prince.
Yeah.
You came over that Saturday. And I've had quite a few. Dave Thurber's been down, Grandpa or Uncle Wilmer.
Anthony.
And, I'm sorry?
Anthony was over?
Yeah, Anthony's been over. And Robert from Flying Crow, he's been over. And Artie actually made an appearance.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Artie did make it to your place, but he wouldn't take a rail car.
Yeah, he wouldn't take the car. Which, that's okay. It didn't hurt my feelings any. But he was here. That was enough.
What's the biggest thing you hear about your layout when people come over?
That it's so much bigger in person than it is on video.
Yeah, I get that one all the time too. As soon as they walk through the door, it's like, holy shit, really?
Yeah, it's like, God damn.
Yeah, and yours is like videos don't do our layouts justice at all because we always show little parts of it or whatever.
Yeah, even when you stand in the middle of mine and just wander, just turn around in circles with the camera, you still don't get the idea as to exactly how big it is.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got that staging yard behind it too. That most people don't even go look at.
That. So I kind of hid that out of sight. But people seem most impressed with the oil refinery and the cement plant, which are the two biggest things on my layout.
And Crooked River and Eastern, I don't know if you're home or not, but check your email. Pretty sure I sent you a link for this as well. But Joe, you've met a few people.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to meet in the YouTube land?
Yes.
I know that's really putting you on the hook there. But
I want to. One of these days, I'm going to get back down to Arkansas again, and I want to meet Jason the Train Freak. And while I'm out there, if I can swing it, I want to get down to Texas and see Jack and Grandpa.
I'd love to get over to Jack's layout. That'd be cool.
Jack and I have we struck up a friendship that has gone way beyond anything that I could imagine on the coming off of YouTube.
So you've never met him in person?
No,
If you
no.
did, if you met him today, would he be a brand new friend or a long lost friend?
I think he would be a long lost friend. I
Isn't that
honestly
amazing?
do. It's just one of those things where he calls me every single day. Usually he's on his way to work, or he has, he wants me to build another building for him, and he has to show me on the video where that building's going, and that kind of mess. And then we'll talk for an hours at times. He calls me if he's on his way up to a friend's house or if he's going to a train show. And it's nothing for us to stay on a damn telephone for an hour and a half, which I've never talked to anybody for that long on a telephone.
Well, get used to it. You'll be on here for at least an hour.
Yeah. That's not a problem. Not a problem. But those three I definitely want to meet. I just sent Jason an engine. He doesn't know it yet unless he's read my email. But I bought one off of YouTube that I was going to throw a decoder in it myself until I opened it up and I looked at it and I said, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing this." So I sent it down to Jason and says, "If you want to try to put a decoder in here, please do. If not, let me know and send it back, and I'll just run it as DC." It's a strange contraption on the inside.
Yeah, so the whole reason why I asked you that question of who you'd like to meet on YouTube is just for the simple fact that, hey, maybe they're going to watch the replay. Maybe they're in the chat now. And you guys can email each other, get in touch with each other, plan trips. That's all it takes to actually get around and meeting some of these people. Is just, hey, there's a train show coming up or something. I'm going to be in this area. And this is what a lot of us don't do is, hey, I'm going down to Reading, Pennsylvania for the third weekend of May. You want to meet me? Come on out. Have a good time. Don't forget to get your tickets.
Yeah, I wish I could, but finances right now are just, I just shelled out almost a little over $300 to get this laptop, new one, and then have everything on my old laptop put onto this one here. It cost me money because I couldn't download anything off of the old laptop. So I had to have somebody else download everything, then put it on this one. And Wednesday, I just shelled out $500 to get my leaky roof fixed. So that kind of screwed me as far as any extracurricular activities go.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, Frank, is you're going to a train show soon in Timonium.
Yep.
All you got to do is throw a 2-minute video out there saying, hey, I'm going to be at the Timonium train show. Anybody want to meet up? And Wilmer's doing it and Flying Crow's doing it.
Yep, they're coming down.
And that's what I mean. Post the videos, post them up there, and tell people where you're going to be. If you meet one new person, it worked.
Well, that's where I met Alan from Mason-Dixon Railroad, and of course Plummer. And Plummer's even been over. You brought him over last year when you came again.
Yep. Yeah, I sent Plummer a link too, but he hasn't been on the YouTube thing for a while. So, but yeah, I was hoping.
He was on not too long ago. I think he made an appearance on the on that Wednesday night show with Derail Daryl. I think he popped up there for a couple minutes.
Yeah, and I think those two have become pretty good friends too, right?
Yeah. So, and that's opposite sides of the country.
Yeah, no kidding. So I got another guy down in my basement. I think you've met him. I think I've met him, but I know he's met a couple other YouTube people. So he can come up and talk about some of his experiences and maybe how he first met a couple. Like, what I'd really like to know from this next guy is the first people he met from YouTube and what his reaction actually was. Because like I said, I never actually thought you could meet people. Not when I first started.
You know, I met you 2 years ago at Strasbourg.
Yeah, I think it's been longer
you had
than
that meet and greet.
Yeah. Wonder if he's ready to come up yet. I think he's still trying to get dressed.
How are you, Sparky? Good evening,
buddy. How are things with you?
Doing good. I'm glad it's Friday.
Yeah, I got the question for you. I'm pretty sure you heard it. But The first time, like YouTube, we don't expect to meet friends. We do maybe nowadays because meet and greets are are getting a lot more common and stuff like that. But first time that you've met people from YouTube, what was your kind of thoughts and reaction about it?
Well, I was very excited. Hey, I met somebody that I see on YouTube. The first person I met was Nick, actually. It was funny. I was at a train show. It's one of those outdoor train shows, like flea market style. And it was getting late and people were cleaning up. And I was standing there thinking, is there anything else I should buy? Should I leave now? Am I done? And I saw him walking down and I hollered at him a couple of times and he didn't know that I was talking to him until he was 10 feet away. And then I said, "Hey, Nick." And he's looking at me like, "What?" Right? And then I said, "Hey, it's DB." He said, "Hey, what's up?" So, yeah, that was really cool. I think RJ was with him. Yeah, so that's the first time that I met somebody. And then, he knew some different people. So that's been fun. I have, I guess, my train show crew that I call them. The group of people that live within an hour or two from me that I meet at train shows. A couple of them are from New Jersey. I'm kind of in southeastern Pennsylvania. So Nick is kind of out in the middle of Pennsylvania, and a couple of the other guys are like in New Jersey. So, that's where I see them from. But yeah, that's real exciting to go to train shows and meet up with people and go around and look at things together and say, what do you think of this? Is that a good buy? Or, do you like that? And no, you can get this, you can get that cheaper, or you can get it somewhere else, or, and then of
You
course,
can get it for $5, right?
Right. No.
All I got is $5 in my pocket. That's it. So
that's all I got is $5, man.
yeah, I love you for that line. So Georgia Sunbelt saying anyone else in the San Antonio area? And see, that's what it is, guys. Like, we're all YouTube and everything else. Throw it out there. You don't have to tell your address, just the area, right?
Yeah.
You never know who you're going to meet. Like Joe says, didn't know Ray Babel was right around the corner from him. So
yeah, I drove down to see him.
And it happens a lot. Sean Pennywise Miser is 20 minutes from my place.
Oh,
and
really?
And James is 20 minutes from my place. Mike is an hour and a half from my place. Chris, 5 hours, but like many of them that are on YouTube that are even in my area. And I've stopped doing barbecues. And Sean said that up there. It was a barbecue that I had at my place. And people came over for that. I haven't done one of those probably in about 5 years. I probably should. So
cool.
Now Mar's saying the Amherst meet and greet was incredible. And again, that's just something that it's planned, but it's not really planned. We're going to be there anyway. We need a break from doing scans and stuff. So we throw it up from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Come over and meet us. And it gives a place for everybody to be at such a huge show, but it gives them all a meeting spot. So
that was a good time up at the Bernie's train show up there in Scranton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to Horseshoe Curve, and that it wasn't really planned as a meet and greet. It's like we're doing a train. We're going to a train show, and because of where it was worth it to stay at the hotel. And then you were there, and RJ was there, and another had to be 2 or 3 other. Oh, JP was there. I forget who else. It seemed to me there were 4 or 5 people there.
That's how the ones are in Timonium too. It's just everybody meet at the food court at such and such a time. Or when Sparky and Bernard were down there scanning people, everybody meet over there at the mini prints booth. And all of a sudden you got all kinds of people showing up there. Excuse me.
Yeah, and that's all people in Timonium. Like, I walked around there and I do it all the time. I'll be walking through a train show or something, and I look at somebody and be like, I know they're on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
I'll walk around them or past them, and I'll kind of look at them. But if they don't say anything, then I guess I was wrong. So
I say something. I've said that to people. Say, hey, do I know you? And are you on YouTube? And sometimes they say yes, sometimes no. And then I'm like, okay, never mind. It wasn't who I thought you were.
Here's $5. Thanks for being my friend.
I tell you what I've enjoyed is some of the people that I've met, and some of them are far away, but they've had different projects. Like, hey, well, the plumber right now, he's a good 2.5 hours from me, but he wants to have a garage door that opens and closes on a building. And I said, all right, we'll work on that. So, I sit here and come up with ideas and send them to him, and he comes back. And sometimes we're on the phone. And Thomas Grossi also, we've, worked on a couple of projects. So, I've enjoyed that because I like to get involved. If somebody's doing something, I like to help them because, I can't build everything on my layout.
That's true.
Yeah, I like to help other people, and if somebody's got an idea of a way to do something, then I'm like, yeah, that's great. So
So
that's the fun of meeting people.
Yeah. So who's somebody you'd really want to meet off of YouTube?
I was trying to think of that because I don't know. I'm just glad to meet whoever I do. It's funny. I've got to go down and see Nissy at some time. I want to see her running trains.
I didn't even really know she had a layout until she posted a layout video the other day of the kayaker going down. I'm like, okay, she does have one. So
yes, she does, and she's been working on it for a while. And I'm like, can I help you?
she needs more update videos. So
yeah, and I'm down in Florida at least twice a year. So yeah.
Yeah, Floyd's saying he's about an hour south of me. Yeah, he's just outside of Port Dover.
Okay.
Little town that nobody knows about. But they came over and they said their little town. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly where it is. Go through it all the time. So
okay.
Nathan Delays in the house. Good to see you. And we got Georgia Sunbelt. Got to see an awesome layout, Eastern SP Railroad, Ken, 45 minutes from me. Cool. Yeah, no, you can't. I can't let you off the hook like that, David.
Sure.
You gotta say somebody that you want to meet.
I would like to go up and see Harrison SMT, his layout, because it's so gigantic and he's got so much stuff in there. That would be cool. Although I guess he doesn't go to too many places, so or I'm not sure. I guess that's kind of far up there, but yeah.
I'm hoping. I haven't actually met him yet either, so which is kind of weird. So
yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he has there because he's such a big layout in that basement, and does some neat stuff.
But I don't know if he'd actually have a layout that looks big on camera and would be smaller in person.
Well, it's kind of like an L shape by now, and it's got it like 4 feet, and he's like 12 feet one direction, and then another 6 or 8 feet another direction, and all that. So
And there we go. Dundas Junction says Smith Falls, and I'm pretty sure he's actually going to be SMT will be at Smith Falls. So
okay, where's Smith Falls?
That's about 3 hours. Come on, James, put it in. Where's Smith Falls?
Is it in Canada or?
Oh yeah, it's up here in Canada. So
okay.
It's Go Beer Go Home usually hosts that one. It's usually on a Sunday, so I can't make it, but okay. Stay tuned in his channel, and I'm sure we'll learn more about it because I think I'm actually going to go to that one. This one, he says it's north of Kingston, so south of Ottawa.
Okay. I got a couple go ahead.
I was going to say I got 4 other people down in my basement. I'm going to bring at least one of them up right now.
I'm going to say you can drop me off if you want to, Spark.
There's a red button there. Anytime, Joe, you want to hit it, you can. If not, you can just stick around. I can have up to like 12 people on the screen. So.
That way you got room for everybody. So I'll back out.
No worries.
And I'll be on the regular live stream.
Where are you going to be next, Joe?
At Timonium, the 27th or the 28th or both days.
Awesome. So people should stop by there and see the bridge that's no longer there.
Well, that's southeast of me. Do you realize that I have never been across that bridge?
Yeah, I can believe it.
And
that's all I kept thinking too. Is I was in the area. Why did I not go see this bridge? But it's just a bridge until it's not there, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's just a bridge to somewhere that I don't go.
So there you go. Anthony says, "See you at Timonium, Joe." So.
Oh yes, he will.
Yeah, I know. All right, we got one guy that just keeps roaming around his house and outside and everything else. I'm gonna pop him up. Few of you guys might know him. He's not really on YouTube anymore, so I don't really pay attention to this guy at all. Like I said, a couple of you guys might know the guy. So, hey, how's it going?
Up?
Who is that guy?
Dave.
See, I was waiting for Dave to say the guy really want to go and see his plumber.
Oh,
I know. So
heartbroken.
heartbroken.
I know, right?
Hold on, everyone. If you have a microphone, close your ears. Or if you got earbuds, sorry, microphone. I'm on the microphone.
See, Dave, he does have a door that rolls up. He doesn't need
Yeah.
you.
I do.
We were talking about that project, plumber. You want to make the garage door open and close.
Yes, on my little module that is set up currently at the Tribute at the Glen. It's a show we got set up for this weekend.
Awesome. So we're talking about people meeting people on YouTube and kind of the first people that you have met and what your thoughts were.
So the first people I have met would be the very first person would be Heath at Timonium.
I'm sorry.
Now, and then shortly thereafter, it was you. Now, David, I didn't get to meet until we were all hanging out at Mr. Boble's house for the
No,
barbecue.
you were at Strasbourg.
Huh?
You were at Strasbourg before that.
No. I've never been to Strasbourg. Never been to the Strasbourg show.
Oh, okay.
It was we were all in the basement at Ray's house, and we were talking about his antiquated printer, and that kind of sparked you and I on 3D printing and kind of got all that going.
Yep.
For sure.
Which is still a topic for Ray because I don't think it still works. So,
Well, according to his last video, I think it does work.
well, he says that, but he hasn't shown anything that he's printed. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
he keeps going until he gets harassed too much, and then it's like a green post at Ray's place. We teased him for years about that, and now it's just in his backyard somewhere. He won't even tell you where it is. So, I can remember one live stream. He actually got really mad that we kept bringing up the green post all the time.
Yeah.
Whoa, time to back off.
And I wish Joe didn't leave. I was screaming in the basement when Joe's like, "I'm gonna make room." I was like, "No, Joe."
I'm
So
sure you're
Joe,
still watching.
hit me up.
Well, you guys will see each other at Timonium, so
Absolutely, but that's what I want to talk to him about before it
there you go.
happens. Yeah. Are you going to be at Timonium, Sparky?
I won't be this time because my meet and greet. So got to save a bit of money for that one this time, and there's a few other things going on. So,
Well, I'm hyped about the train ride, going to the coal breaker and all. It's going to be hyped.
and again, it's whenever I do my meet and greets, there's always part of the trip. Like I said, it's my holidays, so that's kind of what I've got planned, and that's a whole day's event, and something they're telling me is never going to happen again. So,
Really?
yeah. So
That's
the
crazy.
RDC's going down to Minersville, going to the coal breaker itself with the steam train. Never going to happen again. So,
Oh, well, that is amazing. And hold on, I just found the chat. I guess they changed how it looks on the phone. Oh, Anthony, have fun down there with Eastern SP Rails. And Schoolkill John, what's up, dude? James, there's someone I want to meet. I haven't got to meet yet. Mr. James right there. Grandpa Rails, get on. I definitely want to meet Mr. Grandpa Rails. Love me some hot dog Andy. What's up, brother? Haven't seen you. Almar, my brother from another mother. And Joe, I told you, please hit me up. I want to talk to you. Sean Pennywise, my dude. TSG, it's John as well, I believe, right?
yes, it is.
Yep, John, what's up? John 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know.
You're just
There
the
we go.
welcoming committee, so I'll shut everybody else off. You just keep going. It's almost like you missed it.
I do. I miss everyone. I miss this right here. Talking with everyone and just hanging out and chilling. I just don't like YouTube. I don't like their policies and procedures,
We're not going to get into that.
Roger that. Understood.
Yeah. So another question I've got though is like you're meeting all these people in our community in the live chat and all that other stuff. So when you meet them in person, are they somebody new?
I've met someone new at every single show I've went to.
But do you feel like they're new a new friend, or do you feel like you've known them forever?
I feel like a long lost sibling, you know, like there's a kindred spirit there and you can't explain it type of thing. But yeah, there's something extra there than just meeting a random person. Is
So
that what you're
who do
getting
you
at?
really want to meet?
Well, I mean, I just gave you a few there. You know, Dundiff, Junction, James, my main man, Train Freak down there in the southern areas, you know, good old Jason. I would like to meet Daryl in person. Come on. And everybody in between. I mean, there's so many. I can't even pull half of the memory off my brain at the moment. I was struggling to get in, Sparky.
Oh, no kidding. So Timonium, you're doing that. Your club does that quite a bit, right? If
Yes,
not
our
every
crew is
time?
setting up at Timonium, correct.
Amherst was your first time.
Yep, first Amherst.
What'd you think?
Oh, I think there's one building I did not get to check out, is what I think, and I'm planning on doing it again.
Oh man,
I'm coming. You better watch out, Almar. I'm coming to see you.
I might actually take next year off from going. To
You're not
Amherst.
going to come up next year?
Well, I've been up there 3 years running, so
Gotcha.
yeah. So
Is
it's
Bernard
great
coming
trip.
down? Hey, is
Oh,
Bernard
it's-
coming down to Timonium?
It's no, I don't think so.
No, he's not going to do
But
Timonium again.
I wish he'd stop up because he was talking about doing Timonium. Because there's another train show that I was trying to get him to go to, and he said something about Timonium, so I'm not sure what he's doing.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I know I sent him a link too, but some people are busy running those printers. So
I'm sure.
You guys don't have to drop down at all. We can all stay up here and keep chatting. Just keep in mind, one person chats at a time, or we're just
What?
not going to hear anything, right? So, and I can kick you off anytime. I do love you, man. It's nice to have you. So,
I go kicking and screaming, just so you know.
yeah, I know you do. I'll get texts all the time. So, everybody should be looking up right about now because we got.
What's up?
What's happening?
Hey, I know that guy.
And I don't want to leave people in the basement, so I'm just going to bring everybody up.
All right.
John?
Hey, it's John. There he is.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring him up right away because you're talking about him. I'm like, he's right there. I got to bring him up. So,
What's up, Nathan? Crooked Dave, my man.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see everybody.
so I got to talk
Thank
about
you.
TSG Multimedia just for a second because I've never been to California or nothing else like that. And John and I, through the years, become pretty good friends. Again, YouTube, calling each other, texting, emails, whatever. And then it was just like, you know what? I'm going to go to California. He can probably tell the story better than I can, but we spent a good week together. And a terrific friend, always will be a great friend. And again, through YouTube, I would have never met this guy if it wasn't for YouTube. And
So
I
you
just,
You can sue
I find
YouTube then.
hey, go ahead, you tell it.
No, you could sue YouTube for having to meet me.
I think they were trying to charge me money because you're YouTube famous and I'm not.
Yeah. Did you see that my channel just went over 65,000 yesterday?
Wow, congratulations.
I was shocked. I mean, kind of. I mean, I knew it was coming, but it's just like, who's watching?
I honestly think John and Sparky are famous. Obviously more than me, but
No, Nathan, you're scratch build famous, so there's no.
Yeah,
nothing-
you are. You've got a whole nother level of fame, brother.
Yeah,
oh, interesting.
I think everybody has their own things that they're good at, and I still have
Yeah.
that little engine. It's back here in my collection. So
Very cool.
yeah. So to answer your question, David, I was about to go inside. I was out here. I have this box of stuff that I'm like, what am I going to do with this stuff? I'm never going to, it's all N scale stuff. So I took pictures and some videos. I think I'm going to try to sell it. Maybe I'll just give it away. I don't know. Cause it's like, older stuff that's not great. Probably get $20 or something for each piece. But anyway, I was about to go inside and I thought, oh, I'll check my email one more time. And there's this email from this guy with a StreamYard. So I'm like, okay, I'll click on that. And then didn't even know what you were talking about, but I figured it out now that you're talking about meeting people from YouTube. And yeah, that was Dave, that time when you came out, believe it or not, dude, that was like almost 5 years ago, I think.
Oh, I know. It's awesome.
Damn close. It might be 5 years ago.
So the
And,
question I got for you though is you actually spent a week with me.
I know. It was
and
terrible.
I know you're going to go that way, but just kind of putting it in perspective. Like, you're taking a week out of your time to show me around to all these train places and stuff like that. Traveling in your car, you didn't know me from Adam, basically, except through YouTube and everything else.
Yep.
And how close we became even before that week. The pair of jeans hanging on a fence was pretty good. Like,
As a bromance week.
Yeah, but I'll make sure everybody knows I did not go back to his hotel room to drink beer.
nope.
Yeah, didn't do that. But yeah, no, it was really cool. And I usually, Dave, whenever and especially with train crew members, if somebody comes out here, I feel obligated almost to show them stuff and hang out and whatever, because I mean, these are the people that support my work the most. And I'm not saying that if you'd come out and hadn't been a Patreon supporter that I wouldn't have still done it. I probably still would have done it. But I don't know. It's just one of those things where, and by the way, in case anyone watching hasn't met you, this guy's exactly who you think he is. I mean,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, there's no pretense, right? And
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all
I
legit.
think, yeah, I like to think that I'm the same way. I mean, I don't try to be someone I'm not, and I don't pretend to be some kind of an expert on things I don't know about or anything like that. So, and yeah, we had a great time that week. As a matter of fact, I think there's, what is it, 2 episodes, Dave, of Chasing Trains when you were here?
Yeah.
So if you look on my channel for Sparky Goes to California, I think is what I called it. Or something like that.
As
You
is
can see
Chasing
after-
Trains with Sparky or something like that.
Yeah, Chasing Train with Sparky. Is that what it is? 2 parts. And I documented, most of what we did. And just, I still think the funniest part was when you grabbed my wallet and started running away with it.
I was just thinking that too. So
Right. So we were out, I think, at Niles Canyon and doing some little bit for the Chasing Trains show. And he grabbed my wallet and ran off with it. I'm like, well, what he doesn't realize is that I have the keys to the car, so he isn't going to get very far.
especially at Niles Candy, because that's out in the middle of nowhere where we were. So
Yeah. So, but yeah, I had a great time, and I've met a number of people now that I've known from YouTube. Most notably last year when we had that meet and greet out in Colorado, met a whole bunch of people I'd only talked to online or knew from watching their YouTube channels or that kind of thing. And so far, I mean, everyone's really kind of what you expect them to be. I mean, I don't know why anybody would think it would be different, because we're all people and we're all just, doing our thing. Right. And I don't think most people use YouTube to try to, put on airs to impress, like, oh, I'm really some superstar or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I figure we're all kind of down to earth people. We're just people doing something that we love to do. And I don't know.
yeah, I think in the model train community itself, none of us are here to put on the show. Like, we can all sit back and say, this used to be a closet hobby. You wouldn't share this with anybody. And I don't know what the rest of you think about the whole COVID thing and Showstopper and all that, but it really brought, I think, a lot of us out and doubled the community for sure. And it has made it easier to open your door up to everybody or meet people, just because there was 2 years you couldn't do that.
To your point, Sparky, I did not even comment on a person's video until COVID. I watched YouTube for a decade and didn't touch that comment button once. What? COVID did it?
The
Boom,
Crooked
there it
River
is.
and Dave.
There's some.
You're YouTube famous too.
For me,
Big time.
And how long have you been doing YouTube, I wonder?
that's 60,000 famous. That's for sure. That is amazing. No, but I agree with you, man. And before YouTube, I don't ever known any of you guys. You watch YouTube. I've only been back in the railroading or model trains since, I don't know, 2017, something like that. First meet and greet I went to was your first Steamtown. You're the first guy really that I met. Like
Go
a
to the
big,
first one or the second one?
the very first one. I think it was 2018. It was
Yeah.
really kind of small. It was I think Dave was
Oh
there,
yeah.
and
I
Yeah, there
was
was
there
7
too.
of us that showed up.
and I want to say
Oh,
what's his name? He's from Panama. What the hell is his name?
Oh yeah,
Well,
Roy
no,
Smith.
Very first one that we
Yeah.
did. Here's the mug for it.
Yeah.
I
Crooked
think I
River
remember
and
that.
Eastern, Pink Monty, Ron Piskel,
Yep. Ron was
uh,
there.
JP Videos, Tom B, Ethanville Bro 420,
Yeah.
and that's the people that were there. That
Well, maybe it
that
wasn't DB. I met you at the next one. It was JP Videos I was thinking of. Sorry, Dave.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean, that was amazing to me. And like you said, it was kind of small, but the next year, 2019, that was the big one. That's
I
when
was never there for that.
Yeah, and I just found that book.
Nathan,
Wait, what's it?
John, JD was there.
Wilmer,
Wilmer.
DJ.
Yeah, so just going through some of the stuff. And like
Oh,
I said,
and,
this is my mug. So guys, hit my Teespring store, okay? Get t-shirts. You guys have all seen people signing my t-shirts and stuff. But if you're going to these meet and greets or something, make up a t-shirt, get one, get people to sign it. My very first YouTube meet and greet, like I said, had 7 people. And they didn't
Boom,
all
there
sign,
they are.
but there they are. That was my first
Yeah.
one. The one that he's talking about right now, we had 107 people show up, and I threw this on the hood of my car, and not everybody signed it, but that was
That's
my
cool.
second. That's my second YouTube meet and greet. It was right there. I had that.
Ooh,
So then I switched to t-shirts after that. So
You know, I brought
oh yeah,
Tree,
I signed one of your T-shirts.
I brought a hopper a couple
Probably
years
too
in a
much
row
of my
or so.
style or something. Sorry.
yeah. So Dave, didn't you bring the hopper to that meet and greet?
I don't know if I brought one
Yeah.
of the. I think I did bring a chassis system
Yeah.
hopper.
And I signed it.
I got it somewhere around here.
I didn't think about getting your autograph, Dave. I should have really missed on that one. I've had 2 chances now.
I'm
Mm.
sure you'll have another one because I know the wife still wants to go out that way. So
I wanted Split Rock to sign my magazine at Amherst, but I did not see him.
Luckily,
I got to meet him at Amherst too.
Yeah, I didn't.
luckily, I live close to this new YouTube meet that Sparky's doing, but so it's like kind of like a sort of close by.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems
you're
like
about
right in
40
your
minutes.
backyard.
Wait, what?
Seems like it's right in your backyard almost.
Yeah, sort of.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Is anyone on this little call here going to the NMRA National Convention in Long Beach this year? Are you
Yes.
gonna
I think
go?
that's a little too
Planning
far.
on it.
for me.
Yeah.
Planning on it.
Yeah.
I
You know, it's
ain't
funny.
moving. I
It's
ain't
funny
moving.
out here in California, but people in other states don't realize how big California is, because I've had people say, "Oh, why don't you come down? We'll meet you for dinner or something." Like, dude, I live 400 miles away. It's not
It's
just
the same way in Virginia, John.
Is it?
Yeah, like if I go to my daughter's house in my daughter, she's in college in South Carolina. It's 8 hours away. 6 of those hours is just leaving Virginia.
Yeah. Well, I could drive for about 14 hours and I would still not. Well, from where I am, I can't drive 14 hours and not be out of California unless I go in circles. But if you start in San Diego and you're going to Oregon,
Yeah.
you better have a couple days because it's a long distance.
whatever
And a
happened
lot
to
of
that bullet
traffic.
train?
What happened to what?
Oh. Yeah, Brightline. Aren't they building the Brightline through there?
Oh, in California? No, we have our own state built thing that's being built, and it's taking a long time and costing a lot of money.
And what's
think-
that called? Sorry.
California high-speed rail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that supposed to be the tunnel rail system, all done by magnets and stuff?
No. This is just going to be the same thing as, high-speed rail like in Europe. So, but yeah, it's they're also building some other private companies building a high-speed rail from the LA basin to Las Vegas or something like that.
I think that's Brightline, California.
I think it is Brightline if I remember right, but I don't know that it's going to be an electric high-speed rail. I think it's just going to be like 125 mile an hour diesel type.
I think they're going to be the Chargers, half battery, half diesel.
Yeah, they can put up the pantograph.
Don't really know. I haven't seen the details on that one, but I was just thinking about something. Where you guys were talking about a minute ago, talking about the pandemic and how that changed things. And I don't know if you all know this, but I was involved with the 2021 national convention that we did for the NMRA that was all online. And one of the things that so it was done as a Zoom meeting, basically. So it was a lot like us sitting here talking like this. It just wasn't broadcast live out to YouTube. And one of the things that people were saying in that experience was, this is cool because we're all the same size. We all have a microphone, so we're all just as loud as each other. And there were times we did what we called breakout rooms, where the clinic would happen, and then their clinician would be in the breakout room, and a whole bunch of, it's just like a Zoom meeting, but it's a separate room in the Zoom meeting, in case people watching don't know. People would go into the breakout room and they would talk to these people that they revere as, there you go, that's the button from it. They would talk to these people that they revere as modeling heroes of theirs. And they would say, what the takeaway is the fact that we're all the same size and we all have the same voice in a meeting like this. And I thought that was a really interesting sort of, I don't know, sociological revelation for me to have that. It's like, I'm trying to think of someone, that Dave, you could be someone's hero because you're this YouTube guy, your channel's getting big. If I saw you in person and I didn't know you, I might hesitate to come up and introduce myself. Yeah. But on a screen like this, on a screen like this, we're all the same. So there's none of that awe, if you will, about meeting someone or talking to someone, because we're very equal this way.
Yeah. And I've had that thing too, when you do meet them in person, is you've already kind of, like you were saying, Sparky, before, you almost feel like you already know them at least a little bit. So you're not as intimidated to go up and say, "Hey man, how you doing? I was on your live stream," or whatever.
Or sorry, what?
Go ahead, Nathan.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Oh, right. Or sometimes it was like, "Oh my gosh, you're actually here! I can't believe that this," or something.
Right.
I just run up and get in their face. I don't care who they are.
That's funny.
Howard had an interesting comment up there. He said it wasn't a closet hobby. It's just that you didn't have anybody to share it with. And
there you go.
I had started out in it, and I thought, well, I don't know how exciting this is going to be because I don't know anybody else that's in the model railroading. And I went to a couple of train shows and train shops, and sure, the people with the train shops and the train shows, they want to sell you stuff, but they don't have layouts, or they don't want to talk about it, or they don't want to share stuff. So since we got to YouTube and you actually get to meet people, so that's really cool. So yeah, it's not really a closet hobby. It's just you just don't know. Well, maybe kind of is, but it's a closet hobby unless you get out of the closet and find people.
And that's what I'm trying to bring up is YouTube brought us out of the closet because there is more of us out there that have the same interest. And like John said, we're all equal when it comes to this platform.
Right.
My layout's big and it's sitting in a shed, where John's thinking about doing a layout on the shelf type thing and still working on it. Nathan DeLay does the scratch building and stuff. Crooked Dave there doesn't go helix, he goes incline all the way around, which I find it kind of fascinating. He had the room for that. I don't know what the plumber does. So
right now, modules. I don't have anything. My layout is torn up and ready for the dump.
Oh,
yeah, I ripped everything off of it. I'm gonna do modules of all the different scenes that I had in my mind for that layout. So, because that's what we do right now. We travel and set up. So,
what's the name of that club? What's the name of that club?
The PWMRC.
Hey, wait a minute. You guys
Very
were banning records in the 1980s because you thought they were evil. Oh no, that was the PMRC. See, I'm really dating myself here. I don't know if you, I don't know, maybe one or two of you guys was around back then. But there was
Not
this
me.
whole thing during the 80s where really religious groups were going after heavy metal groups because, and it was the PMRC, the Parents Music Resource Center or something like that. And it was led up by Al Gore, who was the vice
Oh,
president.
geez, Louise.
No.
Don't
By his
confuse us
wife.
with those squares. Come on.
Yeah, that was funny.
Square.
I was going to say something. One of the things that I think we don't think about is without social media, you really don't know that much about other people. I mean, even if you work with someone, who would go to work and say, by the way, I'm a model railroader? I mean, people just don't talk like that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, you're the one exception. You know, I wouldn't go into work and be telling people, oh, by the way, I'm a model railroader. It would have to come up some other way, you know. And
Girls at work love my videos.
There isn't anything that you do out in life that, there isn't some part of our hobby that kind of touches on it. You can
Yeah.
bring it up easy, John. We'll have to get together. I'll teach you how to do it.
Not
It's
just
funny.
that,
did you guys see Floyd Robbins knows what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you got another train coming.
No, these guys were playing music backwards and stuff. The PMRC trying to find stuff that wasn't there so that they could, have something to complain about, I guess.
Hey, what's up, Derek? Sorry, guys. I didn't see you there, brother. I'm scrolling back now.
I was just trying to remember some of the bands that they were playing backwards and stuff like that. I can
Led
remember
Brando.
Twisted Sister was one of them.
Yeah, Led
They're like,
Zeppelin
if you
was
play
the
that
biggest one.
backwards, it's all evil.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
You know, the bat's head goes back on when you listen to it backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Derek.
well, honestly, in my opinion, what I find YouTube interesting is like this long, big adventure from beginning to where we are
Motley
right now.
Crue. Yes, Jennifer.
What
Sorry.
were you- Nathan?
Yeah, it was Motley Crue.
Should I repeat that?
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead,
please.
Nathan.
Honestly, I find ever since I started my YouTube channel, I find this like big, long, big adventure in a good way. Like over time, it's like people come and go, and I like to rather stay on YouTube because like making more friends and like DJ and Sparky and so on and so forth. But yeah,
So, Nathan, a question for you. You've been to pretty much all my meet and greets except the one in Colorado.
yeah, that's too far for me.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I was very disappointed, by the way.
I'm still sad.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, guys, but you know how many times, I'm just side note, you know how many times I got yelled at because I don't do meet and greets in somebody else's area? And I keep saying, you guys can do a meet and greet too. You know that, right? I don't have to do it.
I've tried to do one before. David did with me.
That was the Northlands. I wish I could have went, Nathan.
Yeah,
me
I met
too.
good
I
one,
had
man. That was fun.
Maybe I should do that again someday. I honestly don't know.
Well, I'm hoping we get to your place during this meet and greet coming up, Nathan.
That's a good point. Yes.
So
Are we going to be close to your spot?
Yep.
Nice.
If it's right by Myersville, then yes. But Reading air is kind of like an hour away, so that's the only
Well,
difference.
it's not too bad.
So hi to Indian Head Valley Railroad popping in, OVR Trains saying hi, Papa John's Trains, Patrick Hill Station. I'm missing so many of them. Derek Alexander, good day to you. TSG Multimedia, that guy popped in too. I'm not
Where
sure
is that
Derek
guy?
or- I know, right?
Yeah.
So hi to
guy's
everybody
all-
popping in. We're just talking about YouTube, meeting people on YouTube, and kind of your thoughts on when you did meet people. So Nathan, who is somebody you'd like to meet off of YouTube?
Oh wow. Definitely Harrison. Let me think. Lori who's famous for the steampunk stuff.
Yep.
Well, there's so many others.
What about
yeah,
me?
Yes, even you.
Even you.
Sorry.
Even you.
Oh,
Right
man.
between that guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
actually, I actually did meant
We
that.
have
but-
to.
Oh,
And hi,
John,
Izzy. How are you?
John, I don't know if I asked this before, but have you heard of America by Rail? That old VHS tape thing,
I'm sorry, the what?
America by Rail.
What about it?
Have you seen it or heard of it?
I'm not sure. America.
Uh,
Wait a minute. Isn't that?
Mostly Amtrak.
Yeah.
I think
But they're
he's,
like
because you said
rights.
back in the 80s, John, so he's bringing up VHS tapes.
Oh, is that what that is? No. Okay. No, I don't know about that.
Oh,
But I did meet a guy though who produced for, I forget which channel it was now, but there was a train show called now I forget. It was just on my podcast. I had the guy on as a you never know who you'll run into segment, and his name
interesting.
was Velo Nicolau, and he did some train show in the 90s that was broadcast on over the air on one of those
Wow.
I don't know, History Channel or one of those kind of places.
Hmm.
It was a very unexpected meeting, but I guess this guy is retired now, and the story is he was going to go and go skiing, but the place he was going to go was closed because of weather, and so he's like, "Well, I can't go skiing now." So he looked on a map and saw a place that I've been to called Railtown 1897. Went there, and it also wasn't open because this was in the middle of winter. Walked in and said, "Hey, can I look around?" Because there are people still working there. They just weren't open to the public. And they're like, "Yeah, sure, come in." And then these were guys that I know that were working on the trains there. And he's introduced himself and told them who he was and why he was there, and because he's interested in trains. And they ended up hanging out that weekend. And the next day, they came out to my area because we were doing a big event at Niles Canyon that you've been to, Dave, where it was the 100th anniversary of one of their engines out there. And this guy shows up with my friends who came out from this place is like 190 miles away, something like that. And it was just like one of those chance meetings. Like the guy was supposed to be skiing that day, and he was out in Niles Canyon where there's nowhere near snow. So I got to meet him, and it was very interesting because it was someone who does what I do, but 20 years ago or something like that, 25 years ago. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think he ended up with like 5 or 6 people that it was like, oh, you're not sure who you'd meet up with type thing during your last podcast. So definitely wanted to go check out.
Yeah,
honestly think YouTube has like grown from like probably small to somewhat big, like extremely, but at least plenty more people can enjoy it and share their stories in the future, and so on and so forth.
Amen, brother. Preach on.
So, Dave, when you first met people from YouTube, what were your thoughts on it?
Plumber short.
Crooked River. I'm trying to go for Crooked River and Dave, but he's
he's soldering stuff. If he starts talking about it, get burnt.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I am sorry. Well, kind of like you were saying, where like when I first met you, Sparky, you were like just in my mind larger than life. But then, like others have said, you're not. You're a great guy. You're down to earth. You're easy to talk to. You're welcoming for the most part. You know what I mean?
He's
Give me
pretty
a beer.
tall, though.
It's like in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this is this star, and you set this whole thing up and all these things, but you don't come off like, I don't know, cocky or like you're better than anybody else, anything like that, And that's how it's been with just about anybody I've met. Just it's been great. I can't tell you how many people I've met. This will be my 3rd time going down to Anthony Georgia Sunbelt's house, over to Timonium, been to Joe's Raiders a couple times, met Nathan a few times. Plumber, I got to meet up at Amherst this year finally. That was awesome.
Agreed.
I think
We met
you were in
Heath.
Strasbourg, I think, right?
Oh
Dave?
yeah, I was at Strasbourg.
You were in
I
there too.
was, yeah.
Yeah. I have not met you, John. Not yet. Someday. I am going out to California. That's the plan. We'll see. Probably going to be a couple of days there, though.
Well, he's going to be at the NMRA convention thing that he just mentioned, right? So
I don't know if I'm going. The
Oh, okay.
longer,
Sorry.
yeah, the longer it takes to make the decision, the less likely it is that I'll go. But it's just so expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
the place where they're holding the convention is $300 a night.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I gotta try
wow.
to find
Wow.
something. I try to find
Yeah.
something nearby.
Yeah, right. I mean, and then
Right.
the longer you wait, the quicker those places are filling up. So,
Yeah.
and then like I said, it's a long drive, so it's like I
Well,
don't
didn't
know.
they move it too?
Well, they moved the train show. I
Yeah.
guess what happened was they had kind of overextended on the train show, and from what I've heard, the train show every year loses the NMRA a ton of money.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, like
wow.
we're talking tens of thousands of dollars.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And
That's
I
money
don't
I'm
know.
going.
Yeah, I don't know why it loses that much. I guess maybe they don't get enough vendors or enough attendance or something, but they had to move it out of the Long Beach, whatever civic center or wherever they were having it, because apparently they found out that somewhere in the contract it said that you had to use their in-house operations people to set stuff up or whatever, and it was going to be way too expensive. So they cut the size of the thing, and they're going to have it in the hotel where they're having the convention, which means that there's going to be a ton of vendors that can't go, layouts that won't be set up because there's just not enough space. So I don't know how that works out. I mean, that was like the one thing I was kind of thinking, if I went to the convention at all, I would probably just show up at the train show, because frankly, I don't have a lot of reason to go sit in on clinics because I'm not building anything right now. I mean, I'm interested, but other than just general interest, I would not pay $7,000 to go to LA and sit in clinics all week. I just don't have that kind of money, or can't justify it. So
That's about what I paid to go see you.
I know, but you're rich though. You work for the government.
And you were worth every penny, baby.
Well, you were too. I mean, it was really worth my money because you came out here for free.
Yeah.
And Dave, there was the other thing when you're like, "Hey, I'd like a burger and shake," so I took you to the chicken place.
Well, it's interesting how you can get some fans, like not like expectedly, but like for example, 2 times one I was at work and someone asked me, "Are you Nathan DeLay on YouTube?" I said, "Yes." Like, "Oh my gosh, I know you from YouTube." And then
That's
the second
cool.
time, then the second time I was on the Iron Horse Ramble, where kind of the same type of route that Sparky's taking with the same route. Anyway, when I was on the train just thinking of stuff, and then somebody's mama came and said, "Hey, your son wants a photo of you," like, and then he says, "I'm a big fan of your channel, Nathan."
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. If you've ever been identified for having a YouTube channel and someone comes up and is like, "Oh my God, are you so-and-so from the YouTube channel?" When they do that,
Yeah, that happened to me. As a matter of fact, I was at a
Hold
hobby
on,
shop.
Dave. Come on, let him finish the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm assuming it's probably happened to most of us who have a channel and put out stuff regularly. The question is, when people do that, do they come up and say, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I really like your joke," or do they just come up, "Oh my God, I want to take a picture," or whatever?
I
Because
think it's a little bit of both.
do you get both of them, Nathan? Because
It's
tell you guys,
rare, but
90
it's
some
rare,
odd
but
percent of
it's
the
like
time
appreciated
that
way.
I'm sorry, Nathan, I was talking over you. I didn't mean to.
Like I said, I appreciate when that happens. Like, and it's like, oh, that's nice. Like, you just like support, and it's all good and stuff like that, and you get to meet some friends.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it is flattering, and I'm always grateful if people recognize me and feel like, comfortable enough to come up and say hi, but they never introduce themselves. And I'm always like, okay, so you know who I am, but I have no idea who,
John, two things. One, no one's ever done that to me. No one's ever walked up and said, "I know you on YouTube." Never gotten that. Number two,
now, because you're on Dave's channel.
your second impression, that's absolutely me running up.
Oh, so the next time, Am I remembering right? It's Jason, right?
Huh?
Okay, I'm not remembering right. What's your name, plumber?
Steven.
Steven. Okay. I knew it was one of those names that ends with an N, but I'm terrible with names.
He's not
So am
popular.
I. It's okay.
What I was going to say is the next time you do that, introduce yourself, because the person you're running up to would really appreciate it.
Well, but you have to understand, it's an Andy Kaufman-esque comedy. It's funny to watch their face.
Oh, you're doing that
Like,
on purpose?
I'm laughing on the inside.
Are you
you
sure
know?
your name isn't Richard?
Yeah, well, my YouTube channel name is like my real name, so I guess that's easy to identify.
That's true. That does help. People always ask me if I'm TSG. I'm like, no, my name's John. I don't know.
You were for the first year with me. I was like, that TSG guy.
Yeah. Well, now we're even because I forgot your name, Steven. Sorry about that.
Oh, Don, you would probably be surprised about this. There has been a few times where people think I work for the Ready Northern Railroad because of my YouTube shirt.
I
And
thought
they-
you did.
Oh, and I'm saying, oh, sorry, I don't work there. But I can see why it's very similar. But the only difference is the center is black, except for instead of green, it's black. But
You got a fan there, plumber.
Woohoo!
So I got to ask Dave the question I ask everybody, and we'll get to John in a minute. But who on YouTube do you want to meet?
Me?
Yep.
It's 2 Davis here.
I'll call that one Tech though. DB.
Get him, Sean.
Who do I want to meet? Oh man, I've never. Shit, I don't know.
I know
If
you
I don't
already
get to
met
meet all
Artie.
the-
You met Artie, so
Met Artie.
I guess you've met everybody.
I want to meet Postmodern
Post-
I was
and
just-
and Otter Creek and Derek Alexander
Derek, yeah, that'd be great.
and Floyd.
Get to meet Split Rock. That was cool. Like,
Apparently Almar said I was standing next to Split Rock. Split Rock, I don't remember. I wanted to meet you. I don't remember.
met Al. I don't know, man. I got to meet a bunch of the guys up in Canada at the
Oh, yeah.
LBR event last year. That was pretty cool. I met Roy Smith. That was Wilmer was saying in there too. Just what a nice guy he is.
agreed.
And how tall he is. Even I'm looking up at Roy Smith. Like
Wilmer,
I'd like to get out
Wilmer,
west to meet some of the guys out there. Derailed Daryl will be somebody I wouldn't mind meeting. Jason the train freak, never met him in person.
yeah, I bet he'll be nice to meet someday.
Yeah,
I wish I could.
just trying to think of some other big chat. I mean, John, like you said, if I get out there and we can work it out, I'd love to meet up with you. Like if you want to go big names, like somebody like Ken Patterson. I've never met him. He'd be like somebody that I would, in my mind, think of as somebody really big in the community.
so Ken Patterson, if you're ever in the St. Louis area and stuff like that, and I know they got the RPM meet and stuff coming up.
Yeah.
You email him. A lot of times he's open up his layout on Saturday nights or
Okay.
Friday nights. I can't remember, but you just send him an email and he'll give you the address type thing, and you can just walk right in his back door. So
That's cool. I was
Yeah.
supposed to go to that national train show when it was in St. Louis. We had the hotel and everything booked, and the show stopped. Right. So
I keep thinking I'm gonna go, but this Dr. Mini guy that I know never talks to me about it. So I don't know.
Is
Well,
that
Someday he'll give me the details.
Bernard,
I might make it. Speaking of Dr. Mini,
Dun dun dun.
amazing how that happens.
What?
Hey,
Where?
and
What?
Hey Bernard and Anthony, Georgia's Sunbelt. He's on his way to Eastern SP Rails. Last time I was down at his layout, he bought the little hangy guy on the ledge, and it's on one of his buildings down there. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Hey, friends. Hi, YouTube friends.
What's
Good.
up?
Yeah.
Oh, Bernard, are you sure you're gonna go to the Sparky's event where I'm close to?
What's that?
Are you gonna go on the Bud cars?
Yeah, I got a ticket. Yeah, for sure. I got a ticket. I booked my
Oh, that's
hotel.
Nice.
We are all good
Yeah.
for the YouTube meet and greet.
Nice.
Oh, who's
I'll
got the
definitely
car
be
going
there.
by?
Sorry, I ate burritos, Dave.
Oh.
So,
Never mind then.
Sounds like that felt good.
Oh my goodness.
So, are you going down to St. Louis, Sparky?
I'm planning on it, but I haven't even been given a date yet. So
Oh, well, that's easy. Hang on.
I'm still waiting for an email and an invite. I've already got a place to stay, apparently. So
An
Not
email
Camp Patterson,
invite from who? Who's inviting you down? Am
that
I
would be
supposed
James,
to-
James
Evil.
Regier. I think I'm staying at.
It looks to me like it's Thursday the 18th, Friday the 19th of July, Saturday the 20th.
I got to
The
take time off
19th,
work again.
20th of July, I believe.
Oh no! I hate to miss work to go to a train event.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
horrible.
Nobody
I
believes
think
you,
we
man.
all do.
I know.
Nice, Randall.
So Dr. Mini, Bernard, I
Yes.
can't do the Dr. Mini thing.
Okay.
Mr. Mini Prince. That's
Dr.
all I
Evil.
know. Mr. Mini Prince.
Yes.
Meeting people off of YouTube and stuff like that. Like, who was some of the first people you met? What was your reaction? Like, you'd actually be the famous guy. So I think this is kind of turned around.
Let's see. Well, the first event I think that I attended as Mini Prince, like in the States, was probably with you, Timonium, which would have been October of 2022.
Wow.
Which is when we scanned the plumber in still the most difficult pose. I still tell everyone,
Yes.
yeah, you win. You still have the record. I mean, I've got guys that are like standing still for like 2 minutes as I rotate them, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, check out this guy. So I think it's between you and Adam Cruz. Also did a pose where he was like in all of his bicycle gear and he was like pedaling. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I think I have, yes.
Yeah, no, he cheated because we put like a plastic milk crate underneath one of his feet. Whereas you did it completely natural.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's right. No props.
No props, no assisted devices.
You mean like
No,
standing on your
I
one foot or something?
still think, but definitely Timonium was the event where I got to meet sort of all the famous YouTubers that, you know, in the States that I'd never sort of met before. So for
Very
example, Tom was there.
Tom's Trains and Things, yeah.
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 Tom's Trains
Remember
and Things, eating his Doritos. I mean, I think the first famous YouTuber I ever met and scanned was probably Sparky.
With his camera, right?
Sparky, what was the first Sparky I did? I don't know.
Yeah, if
You
it
should
was
have
with
him
the
holding a
camera,
beer
me doing the
can.
rail
Yeah.
fanning.
I think it was Sparky with like maybe a cigarette in his hand or something.
No, I was rail fanning. Come on.
Oh, all right. That's what it was. What you doing now, Sparky?
You don't want anybody to see.
I was just trying to give you the floor and take me off.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Take
Oh,
the
very
bigger person off the screen.
No, I was just looking at the panel
Okay.
actually, and yeah, DB Tech and Nathan are going to be at my meet and greet, and I think those are the only two guys on here that haven't been scanned.
Well, we
I
can
haven't-
fix that.
Oh.
So I think they got to sign up and get scanned.
Yeah, totally. Well, we got to figure that out. I have not. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do that because I definitely want to bring the stuff down, but I haven't really thought much about it. The scary thing is we're like T-minus a month.
Yeah, I know. It's getting there.
Like, I'm
It's
freaking
like
out. Like,
5 months away. A week.
how is it mid-April? And
Because
John,
time flies.
While I was just wolfing down the last of my dinner, I heard you talking about
Anna Murray.
the Anna Murray Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a comment on that. Because I was really sort of torn on that. Because for you, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. I mean, yes, it's still far, but I mean, it's real bar for me, and I'm going.
Ooh.
And I think,
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. Part of it too is that California, believe it or not, is the #1 state for mini prints customers.
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, and I think followed by definitely Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, sort of the typical East Coast. But California's huge, and I've never really gotten out there to represent. So I think the benefit in getting to the convention for me is, and yes, I will answer that in a second, Joe, for sure.
Good question, Joe.
Yeah, it is a good question. I think the benefit for me to go to the conference is to support the NMRA. And I want to be part of it and I want to support it. And I'm a little bit concerned, and I was really on the edge because I was a little bit concerned that it might be like, everyone's bailing on it. And I'm kind of thinking and I'm hoping that, I just, they need to start promoting it better and they need to start promoting it more. But I think it'll be worthwhile. I'm hoping it'll be worthwhile. And I'm hoping that they will at least get the California crowd to come out.
I think with that one though is they got to put it someplace that's not so expensive.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, and that's why I've been talking with the guys at Detroit. So 2025 is Detroit, which is
Detroit Rock City.
It's even further for you guys. But I think Detroit and then 2026 will be Tennessee. I think Detroit and Tennessee have got their act together much more than California. And I think that the two venues, I think they've taken into account the whole price thing because Texas and California were nuts. Like they were just stupid expensive.
Ooh.
And I can justify it obviously because of, it's a business expense for me. But I mean, I can see it being really difficult, for the average, sort of modeler to book off work time and to pay like the hotel costs. At least, John, you have the advantage of A, being in the same state, and B, not having to convert from Canadian to US. Because for whatever it's costing you, it's costing me that plus 30. So I think, I hope I don't regret it. I hope I'm not on in, September, October saying that was a mess, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
I think you're going to have a good time.
Well, there are California folks that I would love to meet up with, like Lynn McCurdy, for example.
Oh, yeah. I got to send him an email.
He's a California guy, right? So I'd love to, there are people like that I'd love to sort of go out and connect with. And I'm kind of hoping you'll come down, John, because then we'll at least get to hang out.
So then you could actually meet John in person.
I was gonna say, have you guys met before?
John?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid of Bernard.
Screen to screen, but not face to face.
No, we've met face to face a number of times, and I think that's probably why he's not going to the convention.
Well, that's part of the reason.
Stay away from that Bernard guy.
No, but wait a minute. Are you going to bring Holly though?
I would love to bring Holly. Now it's interesting because Holly tends to be, so any weekend that I'm down doing train things, she would prefer not to because she's pretty much wedded to her horse. Right. So I'm second in this whole relationship thing. So most weekends she spends with Pumpkin, who is her true love.
Understood. Peace out, Grandpa Rails.
It's hard to get her away from the barn. I think she'd much rather be with the horse than with me and train people. However,
my wife's the same. So
not this weekend, but next weekend, we're actually hopping in a car together, leaving the 18-year-old and the 16-year-old alone at home. What possibly could go wrong? And we're driving down to Boston together, and she's going to visit our cousins down there in Boston, and I'm going to go hang out with Dave Cruzwick and Dan Pugash and some other folks at the George Celios's Franklin and South Manchester. So that brings
me to another question for you then, Bernard, is if you're going to do a trip like that, and meeting up with people and stuff like that, are you going to post like a 2-3 minute video saying this is where I'm going to be? Do you want to meet me?
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that, honestly. So, okay. Let me answer Joe Rader's question first, and then I will answer your question. So, Joe, I was scheduled to go to Timonium last year, and I booked a whole bunch of scans, and I got COVID. And I've been to Timonium the year before, and I was fully intending to go to Timonium last year. And the only reason I wasn't down there and the only reason I canceled was because I got COVID. So I'm back on for Timonium this October.
Yeah.
And it's so last October and this October were both the times I got COVID. So I'm really hoping that for the third year in a row, it doesn't come around. I seem to get a mild case of it, but testing positive every like late September, early October.
Oh no, that's terrible.
So it just seems to be like the seasonal flu that goes through the family. So health being okay, yes, I will be in Timonium.
Nice.
Yeah. Because that's a great show.
I'm bringing up Toyman and Fishy down here. It kind of brings me to the YouTube thing again. Like I said a while back, when I first started YouTube, my first video I posted was of me doing a willow tree. And it was just so I could remember how I did a willow tree. Not saying I'm forgetful, but hey, it helps, right? And then Toyman was one of the first people that actually commented, and just through the YouTube thing, it was like, hey, I'm in London. Why don't you come and visit? So take it away, Toyman. Like meeting people from YouTube. How did it happen?
How did it happen?
It's just one of those things that happens.
And you're still sorry, aren't you?
He didn't live very far away, invited him down, and we became friends. And then, he had a few things happen with his flood. I managed to revive some of his locals, get them back up and running. But ever since, we've been pretty good friends. So YouTube is great, meeting other people who are in the hobby for railroad and stuff. Doesn't matter what scale you're in.
I was gonna say that you met
We
me
are
too.
all the same. We're all train fanatics. We like to play with our toys.
Yes.
Just before John leaves Schuylkill River Valley, he's one person that I've always wanted to meet. And I'm really hoping he comes down to the YouTube meet and greet. It's not too far from him. But anyway, John, I see you got to run. So I hope you have a great night, bud. And put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Hey, Sparky, I have a question for you.
Can we let Toyman finish first?
Sure.
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm
Did you
done.
meet me through YouTube?
And I met Fishy through YouTube as well. So,
Yeah, because I'm not from Canada. I'm
No.
from Minnesota.
yeah. She's
Minnesota is
American.
Canada, isn't it?
Canada.
Land of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah, I thought Minnesota was Canada.
Almost is, eh?
Almost is, eh?
I want to hear what Bernard wants to talk about.
Yep.
Don't say a boot over here. Get it right. I got them over there. John, listen. We say about, not a boot.
I've not heard him say a boot yet.
A boot is going to kick you in the butt.
Hilarious.
Or is it is the boot and hit the boot?
Yeah.
Or is it
We
butt?
say a boat.
About.
Okay, Bernard, what do you want to talk about? The other two will shut up.
No, I just had a question for you. Did we do a YouTube meet and greet sign up sheet last year where people put their channels down? Did we? I think we had a YouTube. Didn't we have a shared document for that?
Oh. Okay, so the secret producer made up a Facebook page that people started signing up on, but I'm finding YouTube and Facebook don't really intermingle when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I never put anything on YouTube. I've normally do a video saying if you're coming to the YouTube meet and greet, throw your name down below, and then it normally gets filled with many other comments, except the ones that are coming. So
because it would be great. I was just thinking we could do a Google shared doc with just everyone who's coming with their channels, so we could like pre-watch their channels and familiarize ourselves with the catalog.
Vet them, you mean?
What's that?
Vet them?
Yeah, exactly.
I have a
So,
question for you, Bernard.
Yes.
I have a 1 to 20.3 scale Bachmann not a Shea Climax that I finished my tsunami install in, and I want to put myself in it, videotaping the crew doing their work, and I wondered if it would be possible for you to print one up for me and send it over.
For you, John, anything.
And I'm
look,
still working on the whole tumbleweed thing. I don't know how to make those, but we'll figure it
Okay.
out.
I'll bring it down and I'll give it to you when we're in California in August.
Oh, I see. I see what you're doing.
Ooh, dangling the carrot.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, talk to me before that, because there's still a chance I'll get down there at least for a couple of days, because I really want to meet Split Rock. I mean, we've talked a little bit offline, and he's one of those guys that I definitely want to meet. And I know he's going to be there. I didn't know you were going to be there. Now that I know you're going to be there, that makes it a little bit more likely to go.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah, it's just so expensive, and it's really hard to justify the expense.
Yeah, no, it really is. The hotel from my perspective, and once again, it's adding the 30% in the airfare on it. The hotel is stupid expensive. Like it's ridiculous.
It's like $300, right, per night or something.
I don't think it's that. No, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad.
But hold on a second, though, Bernard. Don't forget they have taxes and all kinds of stupid fees that go on top of whatever they say it costs. So
yeah, well,
like the cable company.
It's not that bad, and I think it's on the beach. Can't you just sleep on the beach? Isn't it like beautiful in California?
That's illegal.
Is it?
You just pitch a tent. Then you're okay, right? You're homeless.
No.
It is beautiful in California, and Southern California is no exception. Might be sometimes in some parts of the year better in Southern California. In the summer, it's much hotter in Southern California, though. So that doesn't strike against it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So the answer to the 1 to 20.3 is yes. If you'd asked me that like 3 or 4 months ago, I would have said no. But I've got the new machines that are much faster.
Oh,
and the issue is just print time. So I would never go more than 1 to 48 with the old machines, but the new machines are so fast that I can probably get away with bigger stuff at a reasonable time.
Oh, I'd appreciate it.
Are they,
So,
are
yeah.
they big as, sorry, are they big as people, like, or is that, am I misunderstanding that, the printers?
What's that, Nathan?
Are they big as the people, the printers?
No. The you're talking about the post I put up?
I thought that was related to what we were talking about. Sorry.
He's
No.
talking about doing a scan of John or putting him in the local.
He wants double O scale, basically. He wants it double the size of an O scale.
Have you seen garden scale stuff, Nathan? I'm sure you've seen it, right? It's about
E
this big.
scale.
Oh yeah.
Well, right, yeah. Well,
Like
what I'm
that.
asking for is actually F scale, technically 1 to 20.3. But the point is, it's much bigger than it's like it would be about this tall, probably.
Probably about 3 inches.
Yeah, something like that.
A little shorter than a GI Joe.
I don't know. I guess.
Well, it's exactly 1/20th, 120.3 of the prototype. So if you're like 20 feet tall, it'd be 1 foot tall, basically.
Right. And I'm almost 20 feet tall, so it would
There
be
you go.
about.
Did you guys see the thing
Your ego is anyway with those 60 how many followers?
Did you see the post I just put up yesterday about the new 3D printers that are doing like full scale? Like you can print like a 6 foot tall person.
Wow.
Wow. 6
Yeah.
foot tall person? Whoa.
Yeah, they have it's FDM, so it's the filament, the thing that goes around with the nozzle. But they've got new printers that are coming out. They're like 25 grand US or something ridiculous.
Oh,
But
wow.
they will print. You could print like a full, like I could do Sparky's tall, so he probably wouldn't fit. But
Shrink 'em.
No, because the machine would probably have a hissy fit. So I can't build something.
yeah, exactly.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Or I
It'd be a headless Sparky.
I do Sparky in 2 parts. But yeah, you could do like pretty much a full 6 foot tall person.
Wow.
On
That's
this
really
like
cool.
3D printer, and it's unbelievable. Like they're using it to print like department store mannequins.
No way.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm just trying to think like how much.
And how long would that take to print? A week?
There was one that they did that was a 42-hour print.
Wow, that's
Oh.
actually pretty quick for that. Really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, check out. I posted about it. It's unbelievable. It's fascinating technology when you think about the fact that it's like printing out. Like it's basically, I'll call it P scale, prototype scale. It's 1:1 scale.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's crazy. I mean, you could certainly print like a dog or like a dog or a cat. Something that's 2-3 feet tall, full size.
Or maybe a big building for your layout.
Or which?
A big building for your layout, like maybe a skyscraper or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. You could definitely do like these things. Like this was printing easily 6 foot tall.
Wow.
It was
It's like a
amazing.
big console, or is it like a very small and also like your other printers?
I have no idea. I just saw the Facebook post and I didn't get too deep into it because I'm not going to go
Just leave.
spend $25,000 on.
All right, so let's get off these printer things.
Good
And
point.
yeah, John mentioned meeting one person, but who else, John, would you want to meet off of YouTube?
From YouTube, let me think. Well, Tom obviously is the first one I just mentioned.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to meet John Dilly, and I think he lives down there too.
He's down
I
in
think he's
Texas now.
Oxnard, isn't he?
He's in Texas now. He moved.
Oh, was he in Oxnard before?
He was, yep.
Okay,
Oh,
so
what did
that's
he
one person I could think of that I'd like to meet. Roy Smith, I would like to meet. I never had a chance to meet him, and I hope he's doing okay. I know he was having some health issues, but I don't know. I haven't heard any more.
Yeah, I have no updates on him. I've called him about 3 times and I've sent texts and everything else, and I have not got a response whatsoever.
Oh, that's not good. So
that's all I can say
anyway,
about it. So.
yeah. So for sure those 2 or 3, I guess. I would really like to hang out more with Bernard and James Regier. That would be real fun, right? And also with you, Dave. I mean, we got to see each other last year in Colorado, but there were so many people there, we didn't really catch up that much.
Yeah.
And I like the meet and greet idea because a whole bunch of people convene at the same place, but it's not the same as hanging out for a week like we did.
No, for sure. The meet and greet is everybody gets together and you're meeting a lot of people real quick, real fast.
Right.
Meeting and greeting.
Yeah, for sure.
And
the first day we were there was only a group of us that got together and we went out for dinner or lunch or whatever and hung out the first night.
Right.
But after
that
that,
was a little different.
Pretty chaotic.
Yeah, that was a little different because there were like 7 or 8 of us. But and I'm sure that there are others that I just can't think of off the top of my head. I think it would be kind of cool to meet Nathan. I'm sorry, I don't know the rest of the people on the call as well, but I'm sure that you'd all be really fun and nice to meet. So, there's not, Dave, I don't know that there's anyone. It's hard to just say, oh, I really want to meet this one person or these 2 people. I mean, I thought about it because I knew you were going to ask the question from when you were going around the table earlier. And those were the ones that I came up with. But honestly, 99% of the people that I've met from YouTube, I would love to meet again and hang out with. So
awesome.
Who's the 1% you wouldn't?
Oh,
Bernard, I'm pretty sure it's not a good idea.
Let me just say it's someone with a short temper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, best not to say names, right?
I'm not going to say names.
Yeah, and another one I'd really like to meet is James Wright. I've talked to him. I've got his number. We've talked to each other on the phone. We text. A lot of things. He'd be another guy that I think I would meet.
I concur.
Act like I know for years, but I've never met him in person. So
I concur. I've talked to James a lot offline, and he seems like a pretty cool guy that I would love to hang out with. So sorry, that's what I mean. It's hard to remember.
Yeah. Oh, for sure it is. So
yeah.
We got to put Toyman on the spot then too, since I asked everybody else the question. But all right, Pops, who do you want to meet off of YouTube?
Notice how Dave shuts his camera off.
Oh!
So you say that.
Oh, him too.
I'll tell you, everybody shut your cameras off.
Why?
Well, John, I wouldn't mind meeting John. He's got that lovely white hair happening. Glasses,
Oh, stop!
You're just jealous.
That and of course Crooked River Dave. You know, you got to meet him and Nathan.
And his wife's in the
There's
background
some
yelling at him.
people on
Yeah,
there. There's a
nobody
lot of
wants to
guys
meet
in the
you.
U.S. I want to meet, but I just
Go away.
got to find the time to get over there and do some traveling.
Have you actually met Nora?
Yeah, I've actually met Nora.
Yeah, we both did.
So again, that was like off of YouTube. You guys knew each other
Yeah.
and hung out and stuff like that. And then you took the trip down to
Yeah, because
pick
that was the
Mishy up
first
and stuff.
time. The first time when he picked me up to come to Canada almost a year ago is when we met Nora
Yeah.
on our way to Canada.
Ron, how far are you from the OVR? From OVR?
How far are you?
Sorry?
Say it again.
I said, how far are you guys from OVR,
OVR.
Hunter Valley?
Do you know?
Oh, we're not that far.
Okay.
He's
I might
30
be- I
minutes.
might be coming back up this year for the pop-up event, and I think that's September. So I don't know the exact dates or anything, but I'd love to meet you guys too.
But
Well, I'll be
Bernard,
here. But Trish will be back in Minnesota. She's got a few things she's got to do over there. So we're actually going to be going in 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks from today. We'll
weeks.
be heading out.
Yeah. Be heading out back to Minnesota.
Yep.
And I got a week off, so touring up and touring back, and back to work. Maybe.
Oh, that bad word, that 4-letter word.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Damn it. One of these days we'll get to retire, maybe.
Oh yeah.
So
right.
I got a few more years to work, and then I'm planning. I want to do some traveling, and there's a few places in the States that I've never been to, and I want to go and see.
nice.
You
Me
know,
too.
like the Grand Canyon.
Same.
One. As for Yellowstone Park, my idea of walking on a volcano is not a whole lot of fun.
I don't really want
Yeah, right.
Toy Man, have you been on Amtrak before?
No.
I haven't either. No.
We rode that for the first time.
I've been on a couple of Via Rail trains.
Oh, there's Boxcar. Hi,
That's
Boxcar.
Hey, Boxcar, what's going on?
Very cool.
Hey, Jerry.
I don't even think I've done a Via thing yet.
No, I've done the Via thing twice.
We rode up on Amtrak to go to Amherst this year. The first time I
Oh, yeah.
ever rode Amtrak.
Yeah, I rode a Via Rail train from London down to Sarnia in the bar car.
Yeah, Indian Head Valley Railroad there saying he'll be at Timonium end of the month.
Mm.
And that'll be Flying Crow will be with them at that one too. So
Cool.
again, I think he's posted a video or two saying that they're going to be there.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, if people are going to train shows and stuff like that,
Yeah.
throw a 2-minute video out there saying this is where I'm going to be. And if you want to come and hang out or whatever, meet me at food court, like you guys said, such a time. And
Well,
Yeah, I'll be going down too.
I was gonna say I'm very close to the Sparky's event, but if anyone's interested, I maybe best to send an email just in case location wise.
yeah, so the whole meet and greet thing for Saturday, like I said, that's going to be like 9 o'clock in the mornings to train till 5, I believe. After that's food,
Oh.
and then probably hang out at the hotel for most of the night. And have a tendency to take over bars and hang out until 10, 11 o'clock at night. So, or burn pits or whatever else we can get our hands on. So,
Oh, that was a great time. Strasbourg?
yeah, no kidding, right?
I'd like to see that. Dave taking over a bar.
Well, actually, the
I don't
fire
think he
pits,
does that.
the fire pits are a lot better, right, DB?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
So maybe
Maybe I
DB Tech
could-
can explain a little more about the fire pit.
I'll bring firewood. We'll find a place to burn it.
I have an idea for that.
What's that, Nathan?
I think I have an idea for that. What if I ask my landlord, because I have an apartment, maybe have a bonfire there or like a little campfire or something. me and others did have that before. If that's okay.
Okay.
It's something to think about, Nathan, but we also got to think about distance, people driving.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, just let them know. Just let them know you got Canadians coming, and the landlord's going to go. You got what?
Yeah.
oh, luckily there's kind of a big parking lot where I live.
I told you, Sparky, you could build
No.
a fire in Reading, and there's some places in Reading where they wouldn't even notice or care.
Yeah, true enough. I'm sure we'll get back to something like that again. But
Oh,
like the Steamtown meet and greet, we ended up taking over the bar literally. And,
wow.
and there was probably 40 of us in there, and at the end of the night, they just left the doors open and the bathroom open, shut off a couple lights, and said, "Have fun, guys." And I think we finished about 2:00 in the morning at that time too. So
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
stay at
the-
the same place you guys did, unfortunately. Or Steamtown.
yeah, Steamtown. That's that one that we took over the bar. Strasbourg was great because we were all in the cabooses anyway, and they had the big perm pit, and
Yeah.
there was one family that was out there at the start of it. They didn't last very long.
Sparky, remember the time when I said to someone like are you part of Sparky's YouTube meet and greet, and then he kind of showed up. It was on the train, but he said, "Hi, I'm so and so, and this is my channel," and he didn't know that there was a YouTube meet and greet happening.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those at their YouTube channels, and they're like, "Oh, you're doing a meet and greet, and who are you?" And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, it's happened a few times, but yeah, going back to John's question about people, and then they see at train shows or stuff like that. And the ones I really notice are the ones that kind of hang out 20 to 30 feet behind you, and they follow you around, but they're again too shy or too nervous to come up and talk to you because they think that you're, I don't know, too big or too famous or whatever it is for them. So I actually end up doing a double take, and I'll go back towards them, and I'll be like, "Hey, how's it going?" It just kind of breaks the ice with them, type thing. So
Oh yeah, Sparky.
Yeah,
is
that,
or something, isn't he?
that's how we met, Sparky. You kept following me around.
Did he keep following you around?
I couldn't get rid of him. He kept following me around.
yeah, here we go.
Is it like a tick on you?
Well, with Bernard, you're so short, I didn't actually see you. I was looking past you. But,
Oh.
Oh, I'm not short. I'm mini.
exactly.
Fun size.
Oh,
like how do I short the kids? I hope I get that right. Movie.
How did we meet, Sparky? I don't even remember.
neither do I, actually.
Honestly, I think there's some people I might have met and forgot about some of them. No offense.
Yeah, Bernard, I don't even know who we met through.
I don't either.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, okay. Peter ordered your beavers when you first started.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And
That's
then I
right.
ended up putting in an order, and then I ended up calling you for something. And then we just kind of went from there. Because I'm one of these guys, if I can pick it up, I will. Like, I'd rather go get it than get it in the mail in about 4 days. So that might have been how we ended up meeting. I just went, I'll just pick it up.
You might have already talked about this in the first 2 hours, but how was your open house?
Oh, no, I haven't talked about that. And it was,
Tell me about your open house. I want to hear
yeah, it was
about
probably 150 people through.
That's
Did the live
amazing.
stream. Yeah, did the live stream for,
Oh,
what was it, eight and a half hours that it was on again? Always a full house. I think we had maybe 3 minutes that there was nobody here.
That's amazing. Congrats.
Yeah, other than that, it was go, go, go. And I think, yeah, I ended up with 4 guys over here helping out. So, like 3 and plus myself. So,
I saw a little kid running some locomotives. He looked like he was having fun.
yeah, he had a blast. We gave him the Via locomotive to run because, hey, it goes fast. And if you were watching in the live stream, I actually had a remote in my hand with my finger on the e-stop button. Just in case.
Yeah.
Just let them have fun with almost no limitations.
Yeah, well, it pretty much was, and he was good about it. Like, it slowed down pretty quick, so he didn't hit anything or nothing. But there was a couple times that my finger was itching to hit that e-stop. So
You didn't run into any water towers or anything?
no, nothing like that either. So, nothing broke.
Do you know, it's interesting. There was, I was at the 2019 National Train Show after the NMRA convention. It was in Utah. And there was a guy there who I think is from Connecticut or Massachusetts. He's back east somewhere, out where you guys live. Anyway, he had, if I remember right, I think it was like a 3-rail O-gauge, Lionel type setup. And he was handing these little kids the remote, just giving it to them. And I said something to him like, aren't you afraid that they're going to do something crazy and break something or run into the other tree? And he said, what's interesting is kids, when you give them that control, they become really, really careful with it.
Yeah.
Like they would not dare to break something because they own it now. Kind of. I guess it's like a Jedi mind trick, you give them the control and now they're responsible. And I thought that was a really interesting observation. Now, of course, that won't work with every kid. Because I know I can think of one kid that I've known in my lifetime, and it wasn't me, who could absolutely not be trusted with anything. Or let's put it this way. You could trust the kid 100% to do the wrong thing.
Fair point.
I was going to say it doesn't work with adults either.
Yeah, some adults you gotta be careful with them too.
That kid that was over here, he was out for speed, and he just went. And like I said, if that's what he wanted to do, then that's great. And if it gets him hooked into the hobby, that's even better. So,
Yeah.
So we're almost hitting 2 hours now, so I want to kind of go around everybody.
Yeah.
Time flies.
And like I said, the whole show was basically YouTube, meeting friends, becoming friends. And like I said, we all think we know each other pretty good through the chats. We've all been hanging out for a long time. And meeting most people in person for me, and again, I do the YouTube meet and greets and stuff like that too, it's like I've known everybody for a long time as it is. Again, as John says, though, if you come up and meet one of us, anybody off of YouTube, try to introduce yourself first. Let us know who you are.
Yeah.
Because, like Plumber said, he likes the look on your face. And I know I've had that look where somebody comes up and says, hey, you're Sparky off of YouTube. It's so good to meet you. And I just do the...
You do that, Sparky?
Okay. Nice to
And
meet
who are-
you, too. You are...
Yeah, who are you, right? Who are you?
Then you,
But
feel,
that's the thing.
then you feel bad saying, who are you?
It's the thing, though. Everybody expects you to know who they are. When they
Yeah.
come up and say, you're Sparky or you're TSG or you're Nathan DeLay, they think you know who they are already.
Yeah.
So, and we have no idea. So,
You know,
introduce
dude,
yourself.
I'm not sure that they think you know who they are as much as they don't think to introduce themselves.
Yeah.
I think it's just that they don't think of doing it because
I've had people come up to me and look at me and go, "What do you look so familiar?"
Right.
I look at them like, I don't know. And they're looking like, you have a railroad channel, don't you? You're a toy man. Yes, I am. That's all I say. And I go, oh, thank you for watching my channel. You know,
Yeah,
Sparky.
this happened.
You got to put up Carolina Foothills comment.
Oh, I got to go over here to do that.
That's
Here's
hilarious.
another day. We got to meet him at Foxborough. He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, we did. For sure. And that,
Jerry.
and that wasn't the video we posted.
No.
here, sir.
Yeah, so we can kind of go around and like I said, meeting people and friends and stuff like that. And DB Tech, you've been pretty quiet up there, so go for it, bud. Like,
Yeah, since we've been talking, there is one guy that I remembered that I do have to meet sooner or later. He was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he still is, Jub, and he's relatively new. But I've actually traded a bunch of emails with him because I was going to do a project with him, and I think he's down in Florida. But yeah, so he's somebody that I've got to meet, and you know, because I've talked to him, like I said, by email and a couple different things. And I've got about 4 people, including Nathan, that I promised I would see their layout. So, you know, it's been great meeting people. And there are some people that are, you know, within a few hours of me. and I've got to get to see the layouts. That's right, I got to see yours too, Sparky. I got to get up there to see yours. So yeah, it's been great meeting people with YouTube. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, more connections, the better.
Yeah. And there was, I was telling you a story about the kid that saw me at the hobby shop, and I turned around because he bought a box of trains from somebody, and I said, "Oh, you got some neat stuff there." And he's a younger guy, about 10 or 12 years old. He says, "I watched your videos." I was like, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, fantastic. Thanks a lot." I said, and I asked him if he had a channel. It's Ben's Model Railroad, I think. But that was really cool because I had no idea. What's that?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think he's been on your channel. But yeah, it was fantastic. I was at a hobby shop, and this young guy says, "Hey, I watch your videos." So that was neat.
YouTube famous, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they say? Never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
I think that's not always accurate, but I think it depends on the person, though.
Well, speaking of, let's go the other way, Nathan. Like, you've come to the meet and greets and stuff. You've met a lot of people. Have you ever kind of been in awe?
Yeah, several times.
DJ, maybe?
Yeah, I think a lot.
He was
Then there
cool,
was
mate.
Roy, Dave.
Sorry, it's a little hard to remember all that, but
But you have met quite a few people through the YouTube thing. So
yeah, I think a lot. Like every YouTube meet and greet. Yeah. I think also like Keith's meet and greet at Northlands.
Mr. Crooked River in Eastern.
Yeah. I remember staying with him at the diner.
Yeah, the dining car.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was
right.
fun. I
Wow.
remember that was in 2019.
It's been a long time.
I still wish somebody would have got a video of Wilmer saying not bad.
I think there is a Union Pacific N scale, something like that. I think he's got that in camera.
Huh. Haven't seen it yet. But,
Yeah, I'm positive about that.
well, then tell them to send me the clip. I want to see it.
Or maybe I could.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think I have it on playlist though on my channel.
I think we all kind of forget too that there's so many people not like even in our little community here that are in trains on YouTube. And there's so many people that are just watchers of YouTube that don't post anything. It's a bigger community than we think.
And they're good
I
supporters.
disagree when people say it's dying and all that kind of stuff because I think it's just changing. Not so much dying. Just stuff like this has just connected us so much.
Honestly, I think it's like this, like anything else throughout history. Like there's old fashioned ways and there's new ways. If I'm understanding that right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there are people will build it this way. Other people will build it that way. I'm old school, so I don't use foam or anything. It's just plywood, cork, track.
Keep it simple sometimes.
I don't glue any of my stuff down. It's all nailed down, and then I glue it. Because eventually, you might have a problem in this section of the track that you're going to have to tear up. So if you actually glue it down, now you got to scrape and you gouge, and everything is just like let it down, pull the nails out it comes.
I also think it's important to see other perspectives. I think that's been accomplished in a good way.
Yeah, and I think the reason why a lot of guys use the foam base to build is it's to quiet it down. Yes, I understand that, but you got to glue everything down. So you got to glue the foam to the plywood, and you got to glue the track or track bed to the foam. And then when it's time to replace the track, eventually you're going to have to replace that section of track. So you're going to have a hard time getting that up. Because now when you dig into the foam, you're going to have a nice little gouge, right? And then you got to fill it and you kind of level it out. Myself, I like the way the contour, the way the plywood goes, because it acts like the real thing. You know, you got the little dips
Like
and, little
rough
things,
terrain.
and everything's just going to go. And you got this nice little. That's me. That's how I always built it. Now I've built my benchwork purposely where I've had some dips where it goes in and basically sucked the plywood down, so it has that little dip in there to make it look real. You know, if you go out to a real rail line and look down the track,
It's a
You're gonna
little
see
crooked or even.
you're going to see it wavy. You're going to see dips.
That works out good
Yeah.
too. If it didn't quite line up what he wanted, then he's
Right.
like, it's like natural. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's all natural. That's how I build my railroad. I build it all natural.
All natural.
Other people want to build it so it's perfectly straight. Well, there's no such thing as a perfectly straight railroad.
Well, you can if you want, but it's
Not
not
in-
normal.
Not in the real world. Sorry.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get-
Nor I don't think that the railroads are perfect either.
No. Yeah,
Well, that'll be a discussion for another live stream, since we're talking about meeting friends today, not later. But yeah, I'd like to get to Crooked Dave up there and his thoughts on meeting people through YouTube. And I know you've made a couple really good friends. You hang out with a couple, so.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've met Wilmer now, and Anthony. Just to name two guys, Pappy. Trey Godwin, Pappy.
Yeah.
well, we did have a chance to meet Crooked River Dave, but of course, Dave, Sparky,
Oh yeah.
Texas, a little too late. Already gone through. It's like,
That stunk. I wish you would have turned around.
That's when we were coming back from Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I wish we could have turned around.
We were in Niagara Falls. I took Fish to Niagara Falls. She's never seen it. And I took her to Niagara Falls, and then we get into as we getting into Woodstock, Dave says, "Oh, you're gonna stop by? There's some people who like to meet you." I've already got by your house.
Yeah, I would have loved to.
Crooked River.
Oh well, maybe next time, Dave.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Oh yeah, we'll get it.
I have a passport now. Be warned.
Okay, good.
There you go.
So do I.
Yeah. Damn it.
Have I met you before, Crooked Dave?
I think so. We met at Strasbourg.
Okay, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we did.
With the bonfire and everything. And
Yeah. Oh, that's right, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
so I thought I met you at Steamtown the first year, but it was
No.
JP. What's his name? JP.
Okay.
AP
Production.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was in for both of them.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too, is other communities kind of cross niche visits too, right? So
Yeah. I like Ron Piskel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him in a couple of your meet and greets, but I don't know.
yeah, he'll be at the one in Reading.
Oh, good.
Very cool.
There's a guy.
I don't know. Just it makes you get the wife kind of enjoying. She may disagree, but she seems to enjoy meeting a lot of people too now. Like Trackside Mike and his wife, Pappy and his wife, Wilmer and his wife.
Or
Anthony. She adores Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt. Why? I have no idea.
like family members, related family members, and stuff like that.
So, I mean, she's actually, come around to more of the model railroad stuff and doesn't mind going. So we take little trips, make kind of a trip out of it, And we went up to Amherst this year and we took the train for the first time. Right to Cleveland, to downtown Springfield, You're a dork.
Georgia Sunbelt. Okay. he spent too much time with his son. I'm adorable, really.
Oh,
He does have an impressive layout.
Yeah.
You're just jealous because
I
you
wonder-
He has an awesome layout, man. If you ever get a chance to go to
Everyone up here and everybody that we see on YouTube, they all have awesome layouts. We all have awesome layouts.
Yeah.
It's as Fishy say, we're all artists. It's 3D art. It's basically
that's what I think is cool about it. It's like 3D
Yeah.
art. See, I'm an artist, so I like doing the painting and all that because it's 3D art, and then you get the train that goes through. It's really cool.
Yeah, at least there's different varieties in the hobby.
Yeah.
Every model is kind of like a different area, kind of different type of scenery, types of trees.
Yeah, everybody's modeling skill is a little bit different, but we all do the same thing. We all enjoy the hobby.
I think there is one rule we do follow. It's just very easy. Your layout, your rules.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Mr. TSG Multimedia, meeting people off of YouTube. It's got to be creepy for you since you're so famous. Like you've got to have people like knocking down your door, don't you?
No, nobody has knocked down my door so far.
You mean to tell me John's actually famous? Really?
He looks like he could be.
Oh,
Obviously more
I know, I
famous
watched
than
it
some of us, I
on YouTube,
guess.
but I didn't realize he was that famous. Wow, my bad.
One of my friends out here,
I was
I
little.
don't remember if you met him or not, Dave. Dave Adams. His wife calls me Jay because she thinks I look like Jay Leno. I have no idea what maybe because my hair's white. I don't
The
know.
hair, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably the hair.
Wow, what an insult!
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. But
You don't look like Jay Leno. I wouldn't put that on you. Like,
yeah, I told you I'd like to have his money.
There you go.
In his car collection.
yeah, so you have his money, you have his collection of cars. You know,
Well, if I had his collection of cars, I'd just sell it all because I don't care about cars. But you know,
Would
Then you
you
grab all the
use that money for trains if you sold his cars?
then I would have his money, right?
Right.
well, there you go.
You know, but what I'm thinking is, so Dave, you said we'd be going for 2 hours, so that means we're halfway through the show, right?
I know, right?
Yeah, Dave's shaking his head. What? We're not going for another 2 hours. He says, "No way."
Oh, you
here's
have no
somebody just
idea.
in the chat.
I think 4 hours and 8 minutes is how long we have to go. 4 hours and 9 minutes. No, but so really, the question is, you know, reflect on meeting people from YouTube. I recommend it. I mean, especially if you've talked to them like this.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's been maybe one person that I wouldn't care to meet again, and out of the probably hundreds overall that I've met, even if I'm just talking about people that come up to me and say, "Oh, you're TSG," you know, I don't think I've met any really creepy people. So
Yeah.
I think it's good. I mean,
Which
it's
is
like I
bad.
was saying before, you're kind of at a loss because at least I am, because I am me. I'm not some character that I'm playing on my YouTube channel. I'm me, and this is just who I am. This is what I do.
All in
And I
real
don't-
life.
I mean, I don't put on airs or pretend to be an expert or pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm just me and going through this hobby, and my, you know, mine is a little bit more than just model trains because I do prototype stuff as well and document this restoration of big steam engines and all this other, you know, prototype stuff. So I've met a lot of really nice people in that industry as well. So I don't know. I would not hesitate generally to meet anybody that's a viewer or maybe someone that also has a YouTube channel or whatever. I mean, meeting Bernard for the first time, I don't remember if I at the airport, Bernard, if I gave you a hug or not, but I know I did when we left, and I know same with you, Dave. I mean, I feel like I know you guys, so that's how I am with my friends, and that's I don't know. I'm going on too long. Go ahead, next person.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
gotta meet Derek Alexander.
All right.
I gotta meet Derek Alexander. He always puts good comments on my
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, I'd love to meet Derek. Like
Michael
somebody was
Dave.
saying, Derek can carry a whole live stream himself just with his comments and stuff, and he doesn't really post anything.
I just hope Dave likes cookies when we come see him on Sunday because you're going to get one of these.
Oh no, Cameron's here. He must know who I was talking about when I said there was one person I'd never want to meet again.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, now you found out, Cameron. So I guess when I'm out in Utah in July, I think this year I won't get to see you because now you know.
And
Well, it's
again,
funny-
that turned out to be another person that you've actually done other videos with and hung out with and gone places with.
Oh yeah, Cameron's great.
Yeah.
Sorry,
pretty
Bernard,
cool.
you were going to say something.
No. It's just it's funny because it's like I think it's sometimes for me anyway. You judge people by the people, not by their content, because there've been people who I've been fans of for a long time. you know, and I've sort of watched their content, you know, and then I met them and I was sort of, well, in the case of Sparky, you know, well, I was pleasantly surprised, but
Tell us how you really feel.
yeah. Well, but no, but in all seriousness, there are a few people, one of whom I can name, but I won't. There's probably someone that, you know, John and I have similar thoughts on. And it was a real hero of mine. And then, you know, I really loved the content and I was a really big fan. And unfortunately, maybe I built that person up too much in my head. But the person didn't live up to the image I had of them, you know, or the content that this person produced. So I think for me, it's kind of like the best relationships are where you connect on a personal level and you don't go in with any preconceived ideas, you know, and or you know them so well already online. But it's sometimes like it's like that joke when I said you don't meet your heroes. It's like sometimes if you just consume their content, then the person can be very different, because that's happened to me in a couple of times. And then other times I've met people and I didn't even know they had a YouTube channel, and I met them and I connected with them like one-on-one, and then only after that connection started getting into their YouTube content. So it really depends, but it always comes down to the person. Some people you're going to connect with, some people you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just in general in life, anyways. Be it YouTube or you know, where you're from and stuff. You're going to connect with some, and you're going to not connect with others. It's just kind of how it goes in life.
Yes.
And some people are really good content creators and just aren't people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And other people are people and might not even put up a single video. So it really comes down to the relationship.
Something that I found interesting, Bernard, was, well, you're kind of a friendly, outgoing person anyway, but I felt like we really did know each other, because I remember long before I met you, we even did a video on my channel that was I think it was about 3D printing, if I remember right. It was right when you were kind of first getting started with mini prints.
Didn't I first get you two together?
I don't remember.
Probably. I would guess so.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think though, actually, you know what, Dave? I don't think it was. I think it was my friend Seth out here, Newman, who suggested that I should ask you about 3D printing or to do a video about it on my channel. And it was like a mini clinic, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well,
That
that's
was
the
like
thing.
4 years ago already, Bernard. I mean, it doesn't seem like I've known you that long, but it's been a while.
Well, that's the thing too about the community. It's kind of like, you know, that 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever. It's probably like 2 degrees of YouTube. So
yeah.
It's like if you don't know somebody or I don't know somebody, chances are somebody on the screen knows that person. We're all sort of connected with this, you know, 2 degrees of separation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it might have been Dave. I don't remember, but I remember for sure that I wanted to have you on after I talked to my friend Seth Newman, because I think he's also been a customer of yours, or you've known him when you were out here. So
yeah, you know, I haven't been out there as mini prints ever.
Oh, then maybe it was from doing op sessions back east or something, because he travels all over the place.
Yeah.
Or it might have been through the NMRA too, doing this.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Dave, why do you got your camera off?
When he has lipstick on, what do you think?
Yeah.
Or
He has one up.
my hair on sometimes.
I got a story for everybody. That concerns me and Spurry.
Should I mute this?
No. And Peter CPRL was there to witness it. Remember that?
Hold on, Sparky.
Now, you remember the Conrail locomotive that I did up for you? And then after you had that flood, that was one of the locomotives that was the victim in that flood that you had.
I remember this now. Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
He's not gonna say. Just keep going.
And then the locomotive didn't work, and I pulled the motor out, put a new motor in, got it all back up together. Right, renumbered it all for him, and then right then and there, I'm thinking this has been through a flood, so what I'm going to do is I start weathering it right in front of him. He didn't want it to locomotive weathered. I told Peter, I'm going to weather this. I don't care what he says, and I just started going like this. And the look on his face, priceless.
I remember that. That's funny. I didn't know you did it right.
And I started doing my little airbrushing and everything else. And
I don't think I remember that you did it right in front of him. I remember you weathered
I
one.
did that right in front of him. And then I gave it to him. There you go. There's your local.
You have it on camera?
I said, don't forget, it was in a flood.
Aw.
Oh, I mean, did you weather it for everyone while it was probably on camera or something or not?
No, it wasn't something I did on camera. I just weathered it up for him.
So-
Dave, show the locomotive.
Oh, you want me to show it again?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Show
He
the
just did. You
locomotive
know. Did you notice that?
and present
Do you
yourself.
like it the way it is,
I don't
Sparky?
think you
right
paid
now?
attention.
Oh, that's a nice job.
Yeah, that's what I weathered it for. That was one of the ones that were involved.
Looks
in
like
that.
it was in a flood.
Because it was. I like that color blue. It's pretty.
Sparky, I
Nice.
think that flood made you more famous than anything else you've done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's not do it again.
No,
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah,
Have flood insurance, and please don't call me if your locomotives are.
Don't call. Huh?
well, Sparky, if your shed floods, we got way too much rain. You're floating down the river.
Yeah, no kidding. There's no
Sparky,
flood.
well, at least Sparky has the shed instead to keep his trains.
Well, I got quite a few of his locomotives back up and running after that flood. I've really worked on them and dried them out and
Yeah.
got them up and running.
That's the biggest thing with any electronics. It doesn't mean in trains in general, anything. If it gets wet, shut it off. As long as you're not using it when it's wet, it's not going to rust. For the most part, like some things will rust or whatever. Take it in, like your iPhones and stuff like that. People are like, "Oh no, it's wrecked. Shut it off."
You wouldn't believe in how much mud and debris that were in the gearbox that actually soaked and got into the gearboxes of those locomotives that I had to take apart, take the gear parts apart, and soak them and get them all cleaned and re-lubricate them.
What about the motors?
Did you say?
Stuff getting in the motors?
Some of the motors were fine. Other motors were, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't chance it. So just put a new motor in it, and bang.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know,
Easily replaceable.
so
Yeah.
it does take a lot of time to, to do a locomotive that was submerged in water. Take it all apart and assess the damage and everything, and clean everything up back to pretty much almost factory specs, as we say.
Yeah.
Test the motor, and the motor's not turning. It's like, all right, now we have a new problem. Now we have to order another motor, and then trying to find that exact motor. Sometimes it's hard, but it's not impossible. You can find it.
See, now you got to remember back then, though, you called me and said, "Hey, bring those locomotives to me. I'll fix them up."
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly.
You didn't say
Yeah, no.
do it. Yeah, he's making it sound like you had begged.
No,
I
him.
know, right?
No.
That's what you made it sound like. Because you said, "Don't
No,
call
I
me
didn't make it sound
again."
like that.
Yes, you did.
I said,
Yeah, call me again. There's the again.
You know, now that I think about it, wasn't that around the same time, Dave, when we started talking? I remember you would comment on my videos before the flood because I knew who you were when you had your flood. But I don't. God, that was a long time. That was like 10 years ago, wasn't it, or more?
Wow.
oh, that's been more than
Yes,
that.
TSG actually helped out with the flood too. I think you guys gave away a locomotive or something to the highest bidder or anybody that I forget how that went.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember I suggested it to my buddy over here, and it was actually his locomotive. It was like the one nice thing I saw him do
Yeah.
for a stranger in my life. But yeah, that was that 2013? When was that flood?
Oh, I'd have to go back and look.
Mhm.
It's not a time I try to remember anyway.
Now,
no.
Cowboy Steve has a question. What's a good resource for finding parts? Is one, look on eBay, go to model railroad shows. You'll find all kinds of parts through there.
Train shows are usually a really good place, especially if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. But if you can't find what you're doing, then look on eBay. There's all kinds of guys who are selling parts all over the place.
Yeah, but the other thing I'd say on that too is go to live streams that we're doing right now. And if you're looking for a part or need a gearbox or something else,
Mhm.
put it in the chat that's what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Chad-
somebody might have one.
Yeah, because half the time, if you're looking at the chat, 50% of the chat is based off of something way over there. Nothing
Other
to
social
do with
media,
the
too.
live stream, right?
Like I've got all kinds of different Genesis chassis and motors and weights and gearings that I'm never going to use because I pulled these out because basically I took the shell off and butchered the shell up to make other things and kit bashed everything together. Basically, you're just sitting there doing nothing. And when I hear somebody says, well, I'm looking for some Athearn Genesis motors, well, I got 5 of them for sale if you want them. You know.
Mr. Bernard going to the YouTube friends and stuff like that. I know your
Yes.
story. Yeah, you actually still know me and stuff, but but on the bad side of it, like everybody's been saying, there hasn't really been anybody bad that you met on YouTube. Not me,
No.
anyways. And you with the,
No.
the business side of it too, right? So
Bad is such a strong word. No, there've been a couple disappointments.
yeah. Besides that, when I was kind of going trying,
No.
poor
He's
John.
trying to get you to admit it in front of me, Bernard. That's what he's. You know what he's doing.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at the tumbleweeds.
Oh,
No, I'm pointing against the air.
Isn't that what Jay Leno does? Look at me. Look at
Oh
me.
my
look at me, look at me.
Gotta be a way to mute this guy.
No,
but I'm just-
I
Sorry, John, but you know, it is what it is, right?
I'm gonna mute myself. I gotta go. I was gonna go inside about an hour and a half ago, and I started on this thing, and I've been here ever since.
uh-oh.
Anyway,
And now you want to keep the show going. And Dave
no,
wants
Dave-
to leave, and you're
no,
going,
no.
what? We're only halfway through.
Dave has to keep it going for another 2 hours. I'm out of here. So,
Yeah.
but it was
Oh,
nice
now it's
talking to you
9:20.
guys, and
Hit the red
Sorry.
X. Don't let it stop you.
right, all the Daves on the top row there. I'm assuming everybody's looks the same as my screen here.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you, and hopefully
You
we'll
too.
meet again. Or if you happen to ever see me at some show back east, not likely to happen anytime soon, but introduce yourself and say, yeah, we were on Sparky's stream together, and I might remember. Anyway,
Hi, John.
yeah,
Yeah.
always good to see you,
Bye.
Bernard,
Bye.
and Nathan too. Toy Man,
Bye.
I don't know that we've ever met or met. Nice to meet you too, and Fishy as well.
Well, we
Adios,
met-
amigos.
he just didn't remember, that's all.
What? What?
Say hi to the secret producer for me.
We actually-
Okay. Actually, Toy Man, were you at Dave's one time?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you did meet him. You didn't meet me,
Oh,
but you met this
I'm
guy.
sorry, maybe I didn't recognize you with the hat on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta take the hat off.
I still don't recognize you.
Oh, I know. We gotta put some hair. Cheers. Put
Yeah,
some
that was
hair on
dumb.
you. Put some hair on you. Does that help?
Now you look like Dave.
Get out.
2 hours later.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get back to Bernard. Like,
Okay, yeah. What do you want?
Which is so interesting
right?
about the nod.
Yeah,
the whole
exactly.
YouTube thing and negative comments and stuff like that. I'm going off your
Oh.
business side of it. Like, is there
Okay.
a bad way of, like, I don't know how to say that. Like, we've all said that meeting people on YouTube is good, and 99.9% of them are, and everything else. But do you find that maybe the mini print side of it, do you get a negative aspect of it or no?
I don't think so. I mean, I really only go on YouTube. I mean, I'm not a big YouTube poster. I'm a big Facebook poster, but I typically go live once a month, Wednesday. So, you know, your old spot, the first Wednesday of every month at 7. And that's really my main sort of YouTube thing. I mean, I'll post something, I'll go live for special events. Like I went, live from the eclipse. So if there's something going on, like I'll go live from, the YouTube meet and greet, or so if there's a specific event, but I'm not a guy who creates content on a regular basis. So, you've got like Ron's Trains and Things, or, you've got YouTubers who are on a specific schedule. They create content, then you've got people that have regular chats, like you and Crooked Dave got coffee this morning. I think, was it this morning or yesterday morning?
Yesterday.
Dave?
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Thursday
yesterday morning. So there's sort of the regular hangouts, or, it's like always good to grab a cup of coffee and see what's going on in the world, check in. but I'd say that I'm probably a pretty light YouTube user. If I walking along and I see a cool train, I might whip the phone out and go live. But for me, I think for me, what it is it's entertainment. Just sort of I'm always working. The joys of self-employment, 24/7, 365. So it's usually, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I mean this in the best way, it's background noise. It's like, there's always, I always keep my ears open and hear what's going on in the community and, try and be an active participant because it's fun. And, and it's
I'm acting up, or is yours?
I thought Bernard was.
I think Bernard's is stuck.
Yep, he froze.
Oh, am I
Yeah.
frozen? Okay.
No, you're not.
You
Am I
were
back?
That's like when cell phones first came out, and it's like, I must be. I think I'm in a dead spot.
Am I back now?
Yeah.
You are
Yes.
for now.
Okay. I've got 2 teenagers, and both of them are on like their respective game stations.
Yeah.
So my effective bandwidth is getting compressed. So I should probably pack it in because I think we're about to go watch our show.
There you go.
Yeah, guys.
Thanks
I'm
for
gonna,
joining tonight. That's for sure.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get out of
yeah.
here.
I recommend Only Murders in the Building. It's fun.
That's an awesome show. We watch it.
Yeah,
too.
we just finished season 1 and it was really fun. It was a fun watchable show.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Text me that, and I'll see if the wife will watch it tomorrow with me.
it's cute. It's Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez, and the 3 of them are really good together. So
Yeah, they're very funny.
yeah, it's a fun show. But yeah, I think this YouTube, in closing, I will say I think this YouTube thing might stick around, might be more than a fad.
I think so.
And I'll tell you that there is one YouTuber who I would love to meet. Luke Towan.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That would be awesome.
You're thinking real big.
What's that?
You're thinking big, man.
Well, I see the stuff he does, and he's one of those guys where I just see his builds and my jaw just hits the floor. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Bernard, you want his phone number?
You know the guy?
I have his number.
Oh, really?
I haven't actually talked to him in 2 years, but
two degrees of separation. Actually, you know what? Instead of like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, I'm gonna play 2 degrees of Sparky.
yeah, no doubt, right? As soon as you said his name, and it's like, oh, I should call him.
Well,
I'm Mom and Son's train rail fan.
Oh,
All
it is
right,
a
all
small
we're out of here. We'll see you
Yeah,
later.
Cowboy Steve.
all right.
what
Well,
were you
Derek Alexander wants a full size Crooked Dave, so maybe I'll have to look into that technology. Although
you go.
Dave's another one of these tall guys. I don't
doing?
know.
That's a
Yeah, he
big,
is.
that's a big mini print.
That is.
So, Bernard,
Okay, then.
All right.
One of these days
Bernard,
I'll
one
meet
more
Derek.
thing before you go.
Yes. What's up?
Do you have to pay to get scanned?
Yes, there is a charge for scanning, but we can figure all that out and do a YouTube meet and greet special.
Before you leave,
Yes.
there would be a cool like 6-pack. Just say me, Sparky, just get a bunch of the guys that you've scanned and offer that as a set. Or a
I
price.
could do that. I could
Well,
also
like some of
fuse
these
you all
meet-
together. I could just mash you into a giant YouTuber.
No, I don't think it'd be like one of those Transformer guys.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that'd be kind of like a cool like offering, like just from like Amherst meet and greet. These are all the people I scanned, and you can get a deal or whatever on 6
Yeah,
guys.
totally. I
You know what I
just
mean?
got to make sure I don't leave any famous YouTubers out.
Well,
I like the idea.
you can make
Yeah.
different offerings, you know.
And I think there are 3 different Sparkies you can get. There's like G.I. Joe Action Sparky, and then there's like
I think I just have
Really?
I
There
just
is
have the
3 of them.
rail fan or Sparky.
Oh my gosh, it's funny.
yeah, there's Railfan Sparky, Trade Show Sparky, and
Something else, huh?
something
Over the
else.
edge, Sparky.
Over the Edge Sparky. That's
Like,
right.
yeah, something suit Sparky. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think I'm actually on the over the edge.
You can have astronaut Sparky, cowboy Sparky, police officer Sparky.
Cleaning a flooded basement, Sparky.
They
I
do
heard you
so
had-
list.
I heard you
with
gotta
a
go
mop.
watch the show, right?
What's that?
Don't you have to go watch the show?
I do.
He's trying to get you out.
It's like you
Good
do,
night,
but
everyone. Thanks
Good
for
night.
inviting me on, Sparky. Have
Thanks,
a great
bud.
night.
Oh.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, that's
See
fun.
ya.
I'm trying to get rid of all of you so I can go to bed.
Well, yeah, well,
I'm going
So
downstairs.
it
we're
is
gonna go.
9:30.
We're gonna go down and play a train. So we're.
Are you guys gonna start live streaming again?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't say maybe. I got 21 people in here.
Just
that wanna
say
know
yes,
if
and then
they're-
they can raid you.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna live stream and then we're just gonna fool around downstairs.
There you
That
go.
sounds
So we're all
bad.
gonna go
I'm
on.
not fooling around.
Okay.
Online.
We're gonna fool around with the trains. Okay?
What channel are they going to?
Okay.
What channel are they going
We're
to?
gonna go to the RWC channel, right?
There you go.
Yeah, on RWC Toyman channel.
That train
Okay?
guy.
You know?
You got trying to help you promote your channel, and you're looking at me like an idiot. Like,
Oh,
go
this is-
downstairs.
Well,
and
it's the old channel. That doesn't help much.
No, I wasn't saying that one.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't look.
Click the red X to go away.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'll bring you cookies. Bye.
Monday.
I wonder if Harrison should join us.
Well, I'm trying to get rid of you guys. I'm not bringing another
Oh,
one up.
right.
I'm going to
Alright.
click the red X and going.
Since SMT is here, 2 of you guys said the people you want to meet on YouTube is SMT.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he'll do a meet and greet somewhere, and actually, maybe he'll
What?
come down to my YouTube meet and greet, and you guys can meet him.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's a good idea.
There you go. You guys invite SMT. He's listening.
SMT, you got to come to Sparky's meet and greet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's in Reading,
I-
Pennsylvania.
actually-
We're going on train rides.
And I actually live close to the YouTube meet and greet.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So, any closing thoughts, and then I'll kick you all out of here and close this thing up. Harrison, nice of you to join in. Thanks, buddy. The heat is on. Yeah, it is, bud.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to meet Harrison in person as
Yeah.
well.
same.
Me too.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Well,
Thanks, man.
looking forward to seeing you at the meet and greet, Sparky.
Yeah,
And
me
I
too.
promise sometime in the next couple days, I'll get a video. I'll have to promote it.
That'd be awesome too. Everybody that's going, promote it. Throw a video up saying you're going. Like I said, this is how you meet people. This is where I'm going to be. Come and see me.
And Derek, hope to meet you
Sure.
someday soon.
And don't forget to go over
Yeah.
to my Teespring store, guys, and buy your mugs, stickers,
I'll
shirts.
get a shirt. I'll get a
With
shirt.
every penny.
That's
I
a
love
really
you.
good picture. It was Jamie that sent the picture. So here, I got a sticker that might even show up better. So maybe I get my finger out of the way.
I can see it.
It's a little glossy, but that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's clear.
There you go.
Nice.
That's in Reading.
Very
But
cool.
yeah, like you said, if people are coming to that and you don't have your tickets yet for the Saturday event, go back 2 live streams, maybe 3 now, and it will tell you where to get the tickets and how many are left. So but it'd be nice to see everybody there. Closing thoughts, like I said, guys, mine is, yeah, I love meeting everybody, and that's why I do the meet and greets now.
Yeah.
Give us a place for everybody to kind of hang out and meet each other. There is a lot of people in the chat that don't post videos, or you don't know who they are or their faces or anything else. And there's always 2 or 3 that show up in the meet and greet and they introduce themselves, and
Yeah.
you get to finally meet them and figure out, put 2 to 2 together. But talking from the other side of it too, if you are somebody that's coming up and meeting one of the bigger YouTube personalities, I guess to say, like the ones that are on the screen now, don't be surprised if we look at you kind of funny and we don't know what your channel is, because we also watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
So you could be Dundas Junction Model Railroad and say, "Hey, I watch your stuff all the time. This is who I am," and we might look at you going, "Okay, really cool to meet you."
Well, that's just looking at him like because it's James. That's why.
Yeah,
we all
I-
look at James that way.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
have-
Right? But-
I have no problem with saying to people, I know that I've met you, but I have no idea what your name is.
Yeah.
I know you say it to me every time, so
I'm straight up about that one.
yeah. So that's my closing thoughts on it. If anybody else has anything else you want to say, go for it.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I should go
The
too.
meet and greets and meeting you guys is probably more fun than the actual train modeling. Really, I enjoy it as much. This
Cool.
YouTube thing. Like I was just looking at my channel a couple of days back, and like most of my stuff is live streams. I don't hardly post
Right.
anything anymore.
Is your channel Crooked Dave?
No, Crooked River and Eastern.
Oh, okay. Because
Somebody
you
gave
put
me
that down.
gave me the nickname Crooked Dave. I don't remember if it was
Okay.
Derek or somebody.
Crooked River and Eastern.
Yeah,
Okay, I gotta look that up.
Might have been the plumber that did that to you,
was it? I can't remember.
or Artie.
It just kind of stuck.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm gonna hit the old end stream. Everybody, wave goodbye. Thanks for joining
Peace.
in the chat tonight.
Oh, have an
And-
awesome
Good
night,
night.
everyone.
And thanks for everybody that did join tonight and came up on. I know there's Joe Plumber that were here at the beginning of it too. I'm gonna forget all the names, so I'm just not gonna say them. So
Yeah,
and Harrison, you're being called out, buddy. You got to go to the next YouTube meet and greet. So
yeah. Come on.
third
man.
weekend of May down in Pennsylvania, Reading. So we'll see you there.
Is he in Canada?
Yeah, he's up in the Gatineau, Quebec, close to Ottawa.
Okay.
So I believe he's in Gatineau anyway. Pretty sure.
Or is it Colorado?
No, he's not in Colorado.
I meant something else. No matter.
Calgary?
All right. There's the
All
end. I'm out.
All right.
You guys have a
Good
good
night,
night.
guys.
Bye.
All right, guys. That's it. Like I said, check out the YouTube meet and greet. Plus my Teesprings. I'll put that down below later on. But go check out the t-shirts, the stickers, the coffee mugs, all that kind of stuff. And that's what helps me get down to my trips, guys, is buying the stuff from Teesprings. Kind of pays for my trip. So grab one. I need to grab. I got three shirts on the way. So anyway, I'll see you guys the next time. Bye for now. Bye, guys.